The Dakota State football team has been playing at Trojan Field. There's been plenty of ups and downs in the last 60 years, but that doesn't discount the emotional side that plays its part in a game like today. They say all great things must come to an end, and today not only does the Dakota State football team's season come to an end, but so does playing games here at Trojan Field, with today being the final game at Trojan Field. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at KJAM on FM 103.1 Jammin' Country and at AmazingMasson.com. Welcome to the Masson Discount Liquor broadcast booth for the F&M pregame show. I'm Caleb Gill, bringing you today's matchup of North Star football between the Waldorf Warriors and the Dakota State Trojans. These two teams have already played each other this year. They're looking to end this season strong. Dakota State, they're riding a two-game winning streak after winning a couple road games. They come back home. They had a big road win a couple weeks ago in Mayville State, 38-24, just a big fourth-quarter offensive explosion led by their true freshman quarterback, Aiden Youngers. And then their most recent game 2 weeks ago, field goals in the first half proved to be the difference for Dakota State to get the win over Iowa Wesleyan. Noah Kawarki, who's been a special teams ace so far, both kicking and punting, had a really good game, kicking one as far as 49 yards to give the Trojans a 12-6 victory over Iowa Wesleyan. Last week they have a bye, and this week for the final game, it's going to be a cold one. Looking outside, it looks like going to be a nice, brisk winter day. 20 degrees outside. It's pretty cloudy. You can see some snow on the ground, and that grass, that field, looks like it's going to be pretty tough for tacklers whenever they fall. And that's one thing to watch out for throughout the game. Dakota State, they already have one player that's game-time decision. That's their running back, Tice Ortman, who's a real difference maker on offense. Tice didn't play in the most recent game against Iowa Wesleyan. He was out with injury, and this week he's a game-time decision. We'll see if we get him out there, and if not, it's going to be Gavin Holland leading the way. And he had 81 yards on the ground a couple weeks ago against Iowa Wesleyan, but Tice Ortman, he is a straw that stirs the drink here for Dakota State. When he has 60 yards or more rushing, Dakota State, they're undefeated. They're 3-0. And then the most recent game he played in was a W. That was the Mayville State game. He had 59 yards, so just on the brink of that 60-yard mark. But still, when he has 60 yards, when he's a focal point of the offense and he's having a good day, they tend to play very well. And that's just the overall message for them on the ground in general. As we get into our keys to victory for the Trojans here today, first one, win the trenches. They're 5-2 when the team is over 90 yards on the ground. They want to win up front. They want to win the trenches. They want to beat you by running out the clock and making defenses have to respect their ground game. That's the identity of this team. They're going to ground and they're going to pound. And in a game like this where the weather's going to play a factor, that ground and pound could really be a huge difference here for Dakota State, where this falls right into their hands in terms of weather and how you have to play in games like this. And I already mentioned that Tice Ortman, he is 3-0, or the team is 3-0 when he has 60-plus yards. Waldorf, they give up 109 yards a game on the ground. So this is a matchup that Dakota State can really take advantage of. And also defensively, the strongest unit for the Trojans is their defensive line, led by Cody Brown. He's a stud along that defensive line. And he is 12th in the NAIA and 3rd in the North Star Conference with 9 quarterback sacks so far this year. He's one of the top guys in the conference. And if he's unleashed, that's going to wreak havoc for the Waldorf Warriors, who are starting TJ Owens today at quarterback. The last time these two teams faced, it was week 3. And Jordan Cooper was a quarterback that game. He had a good game. Jordan Cooper did against Dakota State. And actually, no, that was week 2. 42-17. Wait a minute. I had that flipped. So Waldorf was week 3. 42-17 victory for Waldorf over Dakota State. And that was a game where Dakota State, they got out in front early. They had a block punt that gave them momentum. Tice Ortman had 2 touchdowns in that game. But Waldorf, that was during that stretch of games where Dakota State, that second quarter, they would just collapse, and everything from there just kind of fell apart for them. They picked it up, especially on the road, where they have a winning record now on the road this year. That's something they haven't done in quite some time. They have that winning record on the road. They're 3-2 in the North Star, 5-4 on the season, and they're going to be looking to go 6-4 this year overall. And when you look at them, they started the year 1-3. To get to 6-4 would be spectacular. I mean, that's a huge turnaround, huge credit to the team, how much time they put in, how much work and effort that's gone into getting to this point. They've won 3 times in the last 4 games. First 2-game winning streak. And they closed the month of October with a 3-2 record with 3 straight road wins. 3-2 on the road. They started 0-2, and that was kind of their bugaboo. They came back, got a home win, and then since then they've won 3 straight on the road. That's been huge for Dakota State. Now they come back home. In the final game at Trojan Field, there's going to be some emotions, maybe more so on the coaches and the players. That's not one thing that Coach Anderson wants to get into. And that's also one of the keys to victories. Don't let the emotions win today. Final game at Trojan Field, final game of the year. If you allow the emotions to get the best of you, problems can be caused. Coach Anderson, he mentioned that when we talked to him earlier this week. That isn't where he wants the focus to be. And also emotion with regards to payback. There isn't just an emotion of this being the last game. Of this being last game, and it's reconnecting. What? Oh, that's fun.
24-hour electrical emergency service.
I don't know what happened there. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but looks like we are back now. I apologize for that. So, anyways, I was talking about letting the emotions win. You cannot let that happen. That is key number 2 for today for the Trojans. Final game at Trojan Field, final game of the year. If you let the emotions win and get the best of you, that's where problems can be caused. That's what Coach Anderson was talking about when we talked to him earlier this week. And then also, emotion with regards to payback. Payback is beautiful when you're able to get it. But you don't want to think about payback. I mean, that was a long time ago. These two teams are very different from week 3 to now. Don't let that 42-17 loss that they suffered against Waldorf get into your head from earlier this year, and also limit the mistakes. Turnovers, always going to be an emphasis for this team. Trojans tend to have better luck when they don't throw interceptions. They're 2-4 this year. When they throw 1 or more interceptions, 3-0 with 0 interceptions. And the last time these two teams played each other, the starting quarterback, Zach Brooks, he threw 3 interceptions, and then McKeon added 1 interception as well. We're going to take our first break here on the F&M pregame show. Jammin' Country 103. Come back in about 2 minutes. We will be talking to Coach Finley of the Waldorf Warriors here. So stick around for that on Jammin' Country 103.
At Cenex, we're more than your gas station. We're your neighbor. We've got soup when you're under the weather, and treats when you're over the moon. We've got fuel when you've got places to go. And most of all, we've got a big heart when it comes to supporting this community, because it's our community too.
F&M Co-op Oil is a proud supporter of our community activities. For service for your vehicle, fuel, propane, and premium Cenex lubricants, see the professionals at F&M Co-op Oil. Plus, they're your tire headquarters, from the smallest cars to the biggest tractors. F&M Co-op Oil, West Highway 34 in Madison.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in seed technology, as well as plant protection and nutrition. Wilbur Ellis, located in Chester, South Dakota, providing Asgrow and DeKalb brands, various field applications, and local plot data, can provide you with expert advice for your acres. Grow smart and reduce loss. Let Wilbur Ellis address your challenges. Contact your Wilbur Ellis representative at 489-2171. At Wilbur Ellis, they never stop looking ahead.
Buying a home is one of the largest investments many people will make in their lifetime. Weber Abstract will make your investment secure. Hi, I am Kelly with Weber Abstract. For over 70 years, we have helped so many wonderful people build their trust in our services. We strive to continue that tradition for another 70 years. Call 256-4640 to speak with one of our local and knowledgeable staff that serves all of Lake County. You can also visit our website at weberabstract.com. Weber Abstract, why go anywhere else?
When looking for flowers for someone, or maybe it's a gift to yourself for your home or office, stop by the Floral Shop in Madison. They can help you choose the right flower arrangement. Tell someone they're amazing. Pick out something sweet and simple, or just show your love to that special someone with fresh, beautiful flowers from the Floral Shop in Madison. Visit the Floral Shop in Madison online at floralshopmadison.com to see their fresh flowers for all occasions and other great gift ideas.
Welcome back to your FNM pregame show. I'm now joined by Waldorf head coach Will Finley. You guys have already played Dakota State earlier this year. You guys are preparing for this matchup. But what can you take away from that previous game that you guys had against the Trojans earlier in the year that can help you for this week?
Yeah, I mean, it was early in the season, and Dakota State is a good football team. They're big up front on both sides of the football. They play hard, and they have some talent on the edge. So we know we're in for a tough contest this weekend, Saturday on the road at Trojan Field.
And where have you seen your team grow the most since that 42-17 win over DSU earlier in the year?
Yeah, I think we went through some injuries, and we played 10 games in a row with including our scrimmage. So we're just trying to. I think where we've grown the most here recently is just playing complementary football in all three phases, better at special teams, playing with some grit here down the road. And, we're not maybe firing on all cylinders right now with the injuries, but no one probably is.
Right. And I mean, at this point of the year, injuries are definitely a big part of it. But who has stood out to you on your team so far that maybe came as a little bit of a surprise to you?
For the season, I'm really impressed with our quarterback, Jordan Cooper. I think last year he played at a high level, but the way he's grown into that quarterback position, especially in passing the football. I mean, a year ago he was mainly just a runner, and he's really grown in that phase. And also just the overall just team chemistry, camaraderie our guys have, and the love for each other, and the way they battle on Saturday has been really, really cool to see as the season went along. What
about a defensive player for you guys this year that stood out?
Well, Case and Handel. I mean, we have a slew of guys. Case and Handel's been kind of our utility guy, a safety for us, and starts on every special team. He can play receiver if we needed him to. Just kind of gritty. He's made a lot of tough plays, big plays, and he's been really fun to watch this season.
And with one game left in the year, how would you evaluate how this year's gone for you guys so far? You guys are 7-3.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Happy with where we're at. Never satisfied. Obviously, I think the expectation was to try to go 1-0 every week, and we have a lot of seniors. We're losing a lot of guys. Some of these guys can come back. We'll have some long meetings after the season with another COVID year, so we're going to get some of them back, which will help moving forward. I think we've grown in a lot of areas. Composure, again, like I talked about, just being gritty and finding a way to win. We knew we were going to take our lumps, going to Ferris State. And I thought it made us a little bit better, maybe, but not having a bye there might have been pretty nice too. Looking back on it, but yeah, I think to have a special season, ball is going to bounce your way a couple times. It has a couple times for us, obviously, and it hasn't a couple times either. So I think where we're at is probably where we deserve to be, and we're just going to continue to try to get better this week as we, again, take on a good football team.
And the last couple of weeks offensively, haven't put up the numbers that maybe you would have liked to, having only put up 4 touchdowns over the last 3 games for you guys. How can you guys have better success this week against Dakota State?
Well, we're going to take care of the football and distribute it and utilize our different personnels and be able to sustain blocks, catch the football, and connect when we need to, convert third downs, and try to get a couple of explosive plays. That's really where we have not had any explosive plays as of recent, but we're going to, as everybody, we're going to keep trying to improve that and, hopefully make some connections this weekend.
And one of the strengths for the Trojans is their defensive front, really strong defensive front. How can you guys limit what they can do against you guys?
Oh, man, I don't know. There's much limit in what they can do because it's pretty impressive. They're 3 down linemen, and obviously they're linebackers. They're aggressive. They get off blocks. They're hard to sustain. We're going to try to obviously do our best, and I know our guys are going to, and try to minimize their ability to make big plays consistently. They're going to make their plays, but we have to limit their ability to do it consistently throughout the whole game.
And what other challenges do you expect DSU to give you this time around that maybe they didn't give you guys the last time you two played against one another?
Well, I would assume their quarterback's going to play better. He threw 4 interceptions, and I'm sure they're not going to want to turn the ball over. It's going to be a cold game. I'm sure windy. But their special teams are they're obviously their kicker is exceptional player, but offensively, I would assume they're gonna say, hey, we're not gonna turn the ball over this game, and it's not gonna be take 4 takeaways away. Then it's a different ball game. So I'm sure that's what they are gonna be emphasizing this week.
With this being your last game of the regular season, how big would it be to end this season with 2 wins in a row?
Oh, it'd be huge for our guys, huge for our seniors. It's always good going into the off season with the win and just that feeling of, hey, we accomplished something there, and you kind of build off that going into the off season, recruiting, just coaches' morale and the player morale, and everyone looking forward to time off here. We have finals next week, and then everyone goes home for a little bit, so we have some time to reflect and get better. But yeah, it's always nice to end the season on a win, and kind of gives you a boost going into the next phase.
Coach, thank you for taking time out of your day to speak with me, and good luck to you on Saturday.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And that is the Warriors head coach Will Finley here on the FNM pregame show. We're going to take another 2-minute break, come back. We'll speak with Trojans head coach Josh Anderson on the way next year on Jammin' Country 103.
In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Someone you can call when bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Visit Cunard Williams Insurance in Madison today.
If you love The Office but you don't want to stare at a screen all day, Bud's Cleanup Service in Madison has a perfect job for you. Join the amazing team at Bud's Cleanup Service. They're looking for applicants to work flexible hours in the office and route work. This position is 40 hours per week with overtime available, plus health, vision, life insurance, and PTO. Feel accomplished and work outside with a great family-oriented business. Apply in person at Bud's Cleanup Service, 114 West Center Street in Madison, or email budscleanup@gmail.com.
There's nothing like watching the sun rise over your fields, the smell of hope in the air. At Mustang Seeds, we're ready to help you plan for the next planting season and committed to boosting your yields and increasing your profitability with quality seed genetics customized to your farm ground and your way of farming. Lock in preseason cash discounts, rewards, and competitive pricing by contacting your local Mustang DSM or dealer. Mustang Seeds, plant with pride.
Heartland Energy is your hometown power provider, delivering affordable and reliable energy and services to the city of Madison and surrounding areas. Heartland offers a number of programs to help their customers grow and thrive and wants to be your trusted partner if you're looking to expand your business or if you're in need of low-interest financing. Call Heartland Energy today to explore your options at 605-256-6536. Delivering power with a purpose, Heartland Energy is dedicated to delivering reliable energy and services to the city of Madison.
Welcome back to your FNM pregame show here on Jammin' Country 103. We are now joined by head coach of the Trojans, Josh Anderson. So with 1 game left, can you take a moment and reflect on how you feel about this season, how it's gone for you and your team?
That's interesting. I've been hearing that question a lot, and quite honestly, even though we're currently at 5-4, I'm incredibly impressed. I'm impressed with how well our guys handled the late coaching change at the end of the summer, how our recruits still showed up and still came to play, and how our upperclassmen handled all the different massive changes right away. And it took me a while as an offensive coordinator to just kind of find my groove and what works and what this offense is all about. And that's the part that's tough. It took a couple games to do that, and the first half of our season was the toughest half. So that's not the time you really want to do that. You want to do that in the spring and the summer, but just really didn't have the options. And so for our guys to stick with it and not lose faith and not to give up on each other or me as a coach, and really at the end of the season, we've really been clicking a lot better than normal. And so I just look back and reflect and just look at honestly how proud I am of how these guys matured and handled themselves.
And you mentioned the coaching change. How would you evaluate your overall performance with this year with regards to calling plays for the first time in a couple of years? You mentioned early on you're trying to find a groove of it, but if you were to evaluate you as an offensive play caller this year, how would you do that?
Growing. You know what? Even if we were setting records offensively as an offensive coordinator, I'm going to be constantly growing. There's no stagnancy. There's no sticking with just this is what we do. We're not going to change a thing. Like, we just continue to grow. It's always good to listen to our assistant coaches as well as our veteran athletes that have good ideas. Like, that's the part that I like, is getting good ideas and then collaborating and be like, oh yeah, it is a good idea. What if we did this? How about this? Like just talking your way through things. That's where I really appreciate appreciate all the extra help and things I get from my staff and from my athletes.
And on the defensive side, I mean, we've spent a lot of time talking about your defensive front, but who else on your defense would you say has been big for you guys this year in terms of a player, or maybe been more impactful than you guys had expected?
Boy, you know what? I kind of expected big things from our defense just because, you know, they're just sound. They're good. They continue to stick with it. They don't, you know, we don't have the turnover every year on defense like we do on offense, meaning these guys have been building their way up. And so even though that some of these guys maybe didn't play, like J.J. Beck wasn't a starter last year at middle linebacker, but then he ends up being the captain and leading the nation in tackles at one point in the season. So that was new for some people, but for me, like I expected that. But other people didn't get to see that because he didn't get to be a starter last year, because there's just lots of situations like that defensively where our guys have done a good job of keeping the retention well on the defensive side, where we developed and built them up, and then it was their turn to step in this year, and they stepped up and were ready to go and did a good job. Where offensively we were just so young, and then we got so beat up, and so that's the part that defensively I'm really proud of them, is their retention and their ability to develop and build and keep growing. And it's nice because then you can call certain things maybe that you didn't practice all week that maybe you did 2 weeks ago, but your veterans remember it, and you can install that quickly on the sideline and go. Offensively, you know, if we can keep these guys around, we're being productive in the back half of the season and being smarter with the ball and doing some good things. So really it just comes down to retention. You know, you could be the best athlete in the world as a freshman, but you're just not near as good as you're going to be your third and fourth year.
And you mentioned some of the turnover you guys had offensively. Who stepped up that you weren't maybe expecting? I mean, like along the offensive line, there was a lot of changes made, and then throughout some of the skill positions as well. Who's really like caught your eye? Like, wow, really impressed with the way they played this year that maybe we weren't expecting?
Honestly, the entire offensive line. And we've even had injuries there that we've had to deal with until the next guy steps up and is ready to go. Zakaria Molina, Mose Timoteo, Josh Schaefer at center to be able to step in as a true freshman and do what he's done as a freshman is incredible. And then we got Jack O'Neal, who wasn't even the starter at the beginning of the year at right guard, stepped in halfway through that DW game and it's really just continued to develop and grow. And then Troy Stanzel at right guard, you know, came to us from Texas, and you know, everybody knows how to play football in Texas, but you know, even the college game at this level is much different. So for him to be able to mature and accept that and grow and listen, like he's gotten a lot better. So really, that offensive line, that was the part that made me the most nervous, and has continued to grow and develop. And Coach Randall has done just a fantastic job of being patient, but also being demanding at the same time. And that's a fine line you're trying to toe all the time. But they're young and they're really good, and if we keep them together, we're going to have a bright future.
How healthy are you guys coming off the bye? You guys had the bye week last week. How healthy are you guys heading into this week?
You know, we've seen a lot of good things. Zakaria Molina's back at left tackle. He had to sit out a couple games. And then Zach Brooks is back at quarterback. He had to sit out about 3 weeks. He just was so beat up. Ty Sortman is still lingering. I'm not sure if he's going to end up playing, but our tight end, Travis Rebstock's had some really rough hamstring issues. He's back. So it's been really good. We really did a good job, I think, in that off week of just letting our guys relax mentally, physically, and then our trainers did a fantastic job of just rehabbing them in between our strength staff, not pushing them too hard, but making sure they're doing things to just get themselves back on the field as well. So we've got a really good structure and a really good culture going on here at Dakota State in all facets. Obviously, our academic department is all over them to do well there. Same thing in the weight room, same thing in the training room, and then, of course, in the football side of things. You know, they're hearing the same thing from 4 different entities, and I think it's really starting to pay off.
Now, looking at this game, you guys played Waldorf earlier in the year. It was early in the season. It's like week 3, loss on the road 42-17. How much of that loss early in the year is in the back of your guys' mind, and how much can you take away from that loss?
Well, you know, it's in the back of our mind. It's in the front of our mind. And the biggest thing that we saw in that game was our turnovers offensively. We just absolutely killed ourselves. And they hit some big plays over the top on our secondary, who at the time, you know, they were still trying to develop. And then in about a 2 to 3 game period, our defensive secondary just got torched with deep pass plays. But they were able to get that figured out and corrected, because by the time we played Iowa Westland, who was just putting up just crazy numbers through the air, we were able to shut that down and take care of it and just able to right the ship. And so Coach Kibbe in the defensive back area and Coach Sensabaugh as our defensive coordinator did a good job of also being patient, continuing to develop and continuing to be firm, but holding these guys accountable. Like, that was our biggest issue offensively, was turnovers, because as an offensive coordinator, I was still trying to chuck the ball all over the place and be a big-time playmaking offense, and that's just not who we are. And unfortunately, it took me a while to get that figured out. Defensively, we've been able to fix the issues through the air, through our secondary, and rely on the guys in front of them to make big plays. They don't have to step up and be 10 to 12 yards from the ball every play. And that's made a big difference. So we've really matured and really grown throughout the year, the way you hope a team does.
And what are some of the different challenges that they can present to you guys this time around?
Honestly, just the weather. It's the last game of the year. We're trying to send our seniors out on a good note. It's the last game at Trojan Field. We're trying to end that properly. We're dealing with the weather, and so we've got guys that are from down south or from warmer climates, and trying to keep them mentally focused in the fact that, hey, you're going to be all right. It's going to be cold, but we'll do everything we can to help you out with just, layering up. We've got some heaters coming on the sidelines to try and help out with that a little bit. And then just, if you're winning and things are going your way, it's not near as cold as when you're losing. And so we just have to keep an eye out on who's mentally handling the cold weather compared to who isn't.
And you just mentioned final game at Trojan Field. Can you speak on maybe the emotions with that and how big it would be to leave Trojan Field with the W?
Well, I'm trying not to push it too hard on our team because I don't want them to focus on those types of things. What I wanted them to focus on was the fact that this is the last game for the seniors. That's what it's all about for us. For the seniors, and then, of course, for the team in the whole aspect of things, like going into the offseason with the win is just huge. It is so, so important. And so those are the things that we're focusing on. Now, for myself and the alumni and the community, who are really bought into and have, history of playing or going to watch games and being a part of Trojan Field, it's a lot different aspect for that side of things. So I'm really trying to be very cautious so that I don't make it an emotional event for our athletes, because I don't want to lose focus on the game itself. Whereas for myself individually, I played my high school games on Trojan Field. I played 2 years of college football on Trojan Field, and then been back here for 14 years of coaching. There's a lot of history and there's a lot of emotion for me, but I can't let that show. I don't want to let it show. When the game's over, I might have a different attitude about all that and have a few tears. I'm an emotional football coach, but I'll worry about that then. I just don't want to cloud our team with anything that would mislead them or take them away from the focus at hand.
And that's completely understandable. Coach, thank you for taking time out of your afternoon to speak with me, and good luck to you on Saturday.
Hit it, Caleb. One last time, huh?
One last time. Good luck. And that was Trojans head coach Josh Anderson here on the FNM pregame show. We're going to take another 2-minute break, come back to the Madison Discount Liquor broadcast booth, where we will be speaking with Miles Beacom here on the FNM pregame show. We'll be back in 2 minutes on Gem and Country 1.
You've worked hard to get to this moment. Practicing, learning, preparing, living. And what matters now is what you do in this moment. On the court, mat, field, rink, or pool. And we're all here cheering you on while you make memories with your friends. You are persistent and we are here for you. No matter the time, place, or season. Your community, your future, our focus. That's Kibble Equipment.
Bank West in Madison knows what it takes to build a strong team. This is Tom Kaler, and for more than 130 years, we have earned long-term customer relationships by helping our customers and communities succeed. We pride ourselves in adapting to customer needs and providing top-notch customer service. Whether you prefer banking online, on your phone, or in person, we're here to help. Bank West in Madison is convenient, connected, committed, and proud supporters of area sports. Go Trojans. Member FDIC.
MDL Madison has all your beverage needs. Pull up to the drive-thru window. We are always greeted with a smile. MDL has a large selection of fountain, bottle, and canned beverages, plus snacks, convenience store items, and gas pumps to top off your tank. MDL in Madison is open every morning at 5. Make sure to like MDL on Facebook to see more cheap prices every day, because discount is their middle name. MDL is where customers always go.
You love MDL. You love MDL. You love MDL.
At Cenex, we're more than your gas station. We're your neighbor. We've got soup when you're under the weather, and treats when you're over the moon. We've got fuel when you've got places to go. And most of all, we've got a big heart when it comes to supporting this community, because it's our community too.
F&M Co-op Oil is a proud supporter of our community activities. For service for your vehicle, fuel, propane, and premium Cenex lubricants, see the professionals at F&M Co-op Oil. Plus, they're your tire headquarters, from the smallest cars to the biggest tractors. F&M Co-op Oil, West Highway 34 in Madison.
Stop by the Dairy Queen in Madison and try one of their signature stack burgers. And don't forget the Blizzard of the Month. This is Jammin' Country, 103 KJAM, Madison.
Welcome back to the FNM pregame show here on Jammin' Country 103. We might be joined by Miles Beacom at some point during the pregame show. I was told that that'd be a possibility, so if he does come up, we will speak with him, but otherwise we'll continue on with our pregame show as is. I'm not saying this is a big or must win. I'm not saying it's must win. It's the last game of the year. But you want to go out on a strong note. You really want to finish the year off strong. Head into the next season with a little bit of momentum. And if you're able to beat Waldorf here tonight, if you're Dakota State, it'd be huge. Give you a lot of momentum heading into this offseason. And it's a lot of young guys that make up this Dakota State team. Offensively, I'm counting 1, 2, 3 starters. That's Travis Rabstock, their tight end, left tackle Mosley Timoteo, and wide receiver Cooper McDermott. On defense, Max Sonny, the linebacker, Mason Lloyd, the safety. And that's pretty much it. So, lots of young guys, a lot that, Coach Anderson and the Trojans team can build on this season or build off from the season into next year, heading into the off season. And it should be a good off season for them. A lot of these young guys got experience, especially that offensive line all season long has been huge. Getting a lot of experience, and that's the best way to develop offensive linemen, is letting them get out there, see how they are in live, see how they take the bullets, and let them react. And this team, the offensive line, you could see them improving throughout the entire season. That's one thing that when we just talked to Coach Anderson not too long ago, he mentioned that offensive line really stepped up this year. They lost a lot of guys, and having to start 4 out of 5 freshmen on the offensive line is no easy task. But they've done it, and they paved ways for guys like Tyce Ortman, Gavin Holland to be able to make plays in space. This is a team that wants to ground and pound it, and they've been able to for a pretty good portion of the season because their offensive line stepped up, and that's also a credit to coaching as well. Getting the players ready. Next man up has been big this season, so having that next man up for the Trojans, it's been pretty important, to say the least. And again, they are 5-4 at this point of the year, 3-2 in the North Star. Warriors are 3-2 in the North Star as well, but they do have a couple of other wins outside the North Star. They're 7-3 altogether. Waldorf, they've had a strong year, to say the least. And again, this is a team that beat last time they played each other. Dakota State, they jumped out to a 10-0 lead in the first meeting, and the Warriors went on to score 35 unanswered points to roll past the Trojans 42-17 for the Warriors' 7th straight meeting or win in the series between the two squads. Dakota State, they blocked a punt on Waldorf's opening drive, fueling that first touchdown for Dakota State, but after that, that's when the offense started to kind of tumble a little bit, I guess is the best way to put it. Warriors, they racked up 21 points in the second quarter, earning a 21-10 halftime lead, and then from there, that was pretty much sealing that one. They're getting ready to play the national anthem here at Trojan Field. So let's take a 2-minute break. We'll come back after the national anthem, and we'll do a little bit more pregame stuff here on Jammin' Country 103.
When you're hungry for a quick bite to eat or your favorite ice cream treat, the place to go is the Dairy Queen in Madison. Try one of the signature snack burgers, chicken strips, or the rotisserie-style chicken bites in a salad bowl or basket with fries. And don't forget to grab your favorite Blizzard. If you haven't tried the DQ app yet, you are missing out. You can save time and skip the line by ordering ahead, and your order will be ready when you get there. Plus, get exclusive deals and earn reward points, all from your smartphone with the DQ app. Good luck to the Trojans from the Dairy Queen in Madison.
First Interstate Bank in Madison has a mission to help you and your money work better together. A vision to help you every day with your money goals and values people first while also seeking greatness, integrity, celebrating success, and a commitment to the community. First Interstate Bank in Madison has many personal banking options for you to choose from, including checking and savings accounts, home, auto, or construction loans, plus wealth management services and business accounts. See how they can help you today by visiting firstinterstatebank.com.
Trust the licensed, insured, and guaranteed service of Bob's Electric in Madison. No matter if it's new or existing service upgrades, things like lighting, fixtures, and ceiling fans in farm, commercial, or residential areas, Bob's Electric can handle your electrical needs. They also offer 24-hour electrical emergency service. Bob's Electric serves Howard, Canova, Madison, and surrounding areas. Call 1-800-475-3006 and talk to your friends at Bob's Electric, serving Southeast South Dakota.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in seed technology, as well as plant protection and nutrition. Wilbur Ellis, located in Chester, South Dakota, providing as grow and decal brands, various field applications, and local plot data, can provide you with expert advice for your acres. Grow smart and reduce loss. Let Wilbur Ellis address your challenges. Contact your Wilbur Ellis representative at 489-2171. At Wilbur Ellis, they never stop looking ahead.
Welcome back up here to the Madison Discount League broadcast booth for the rest of your F&M pregame show. We're about 4 minutes away from kickoff, and it should be an exciting one here today. The Dakota State, they do come off of a bye week. They were able to take a little break, a little rest, getting healed up for this last one here. And I'm trying to see if Tice Ortman will be playing today. It does appear he might be, but I don't know for sure, 100%. So we will find out together if Dakota State's stud running back Tice Ortman will be running the rock. It's going to be Zach Brooks under center. He didn't play a week ago. They let Josiah Vitale, actually 2 weeks ago, they let Vitale run the offense. And Vitale had his ups and downs, made some plays, missed on some throws, made a couple mistakes, but he's a freshman quarterback. Those are opportunities that you can take, you can learn from. And right now they're getting ready to walk out for the coin toss. They have invited a bunch of alumni to come down for the coin toss, and there is a ton of alumni out on the field as they're getting ready to walk out to midfield for the coin toss. And again, welcome back into our Madison Discount Liquor broadcast booth. By the way, this is your F&M pregame show brought to you by F&M Co-op Oil in Madison. For new tires and tire repair, see the experienced team at F&M in Madison. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here on Jammin' Country 103.1 FM. Not just this afternoon, but all season long here for Trojan football. It's been one heck of a ride so far here for my first year. Calling Trojan games, it's been pretty fun. There's been ups, there's been downs, and we'll see how this final one ends here for this season. And they're still getting ready to walk out to midfield for the coin toss. Some of the team leaders for Dakota State. Tice Ortman, he's the lead back. He's got 485 yards. He averages at 60.6 yards per game. That's kind of the threshold for the Trojans, if you recall from earlier in our pregame show, where the Trojans are 3-0 and Tice Ortman hits that 60-yard mark. Last time he played against Mayville State, he had 59 yards, so couldn't really count that one in the stat sheet, but still pretty noteworthy there. That 60 yards is kind of what he needs to hit for the Trojans to have a lot of success. Zach Brooks, 625 yards passing. It's been a rocky season for him. He started some games last year. He started some games this year. It's been a revolving door at quarterback, though, all season.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Welcome to today's game. Here's the coin reason. This is heads. This is tails. Waldorf, what is your call? Heads is called. I'm going to let Miles flip the coin first. Go ahead, Miles.
Games of eligibility. He's a backup.
That's tails. Dakota State won the toss. What would you like to do? You guys want the ball? Yeah, we want it. Which way do you want to kick? Okay, well, keep it as you are. Dakota State won the toss and deferred. So kick from this side. Let's have an awesome game, guys.
In the possible, had there been a possibility for postseason play, Coach Anderson said a couple weeks ago that they probably would have considered keeping Youngers up, but because there was only one more game after last week, it didn't make sense to him to do that, and now they get him for that extra eligibility. And families, alumni, fans, well, actually it's pretty much just alumni down there on the field. And let's take 1 30-second break. We'll come back. That's been your F&M pregame show here on Jammin' Country 103 again, brought to you by F&M Co-op Oil Madison. For new tires and tire repair, see the experienced team at F&M in Madison. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Kickoff will be on the way here on Jammin' Country 103.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in seed technology, as well as plant protection and nutrition. Wilbur Ellis, located in Chester, South Dakota, providing As Grow and DeKalb brands, various field applications, and local plot data, can provide you with expert advice for your acres. Grow smart and reduce loss. Let Wilbur Ellis address your challenges. Contact your Wilbur Ellis representative at 489-2171. At Wilbur Ellis, they never stop looking ahead.
4 o'clock. We are moments away. Dakota State, they won the coin toss. They will be kicking off here to Waldorf. So we will see the Waldorf offense to start this one, led by their quarterback, T.J. Owens. And the players on the sideline trying to stay as warm as they possibly can. It's a cold one. It's about 20 degrees outside right now. If you've ever looked outside and thought, man, it looks cold outside. Haven't even stepped outside, but man, it looks cold. It's kind of how it looks here today. As Noah Kawarki's getting ready to kick this one off, and game's off, and he tripped, and that was going to bounce up, and that's going to be, almost picked up by Dakota State. Noah Kawarki slipped on the kick. Waldorf was able to get the kick return or fall on the ball at about the 30-yard line. Is where they will take over offensively. And that might, Kawarki looking back at the field, that might have been a field condition thing. I don't want to say for sure, though. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Dakota State at about the 28-yard line, 27 or so. And T.J. Owens is going to line up in the shotgun. There's a 4-set bunch on the near side as the Waldorf Warriors working from our right to the left. One receiver split out far. And Owens dumps it off, and there's a little bit of slippage from there, but he's able to maintain his feet. Stays up for a couple yards as Sion Molsey. For about a Sion Molisi to about the 30-yard line or so. Going to be about a 3 or 4 yard gain. 2nd down and about 7. 3 receivers split far side. They're stacked up on top of one another in a straight line. And the handoff is up the middle to Molsey. And he's trying to find a lane, trying to find a cutback and nowhere to really go. Maybe gets a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and medium. Molisi gets maybe a yard there. Now it's going to be about 3rd down, 5.5 or 6. The lines on the field, they're not really there, which is awesome if you're trying to call a game. 3 receivers split right, 1 left. Molisi in the backfield. T.J. Owens takes a snap. He's rolling right, trying to keep his eyes downfield, and he's just going to keep himself, and he's hit. Right at the line of game. He puts the ball on the ground. Owens took a big hit. We'll see what it looks like. They're going to say Owens was down. And I think that might have been enough.
Timeout for an injured offensive player.
And they are going to move the chains. So 1st down and 10. T.J. Owens gets the 1st down carry. 1st down and 10 at about the Warriors' 38-yard line or so. Molisi, the running back in the backfield. 1 receiver split to each side. They're going to hand it up the middle to Molisi. Actually, no, that's Tay Buchanan who gets the carry, and he's stuffed right at the line. Maybe a yard gain on the play. So that's Buchanan who gets about a yard or 2. 2nd down and about 9. This has been a really strong defense for Dakota State this year. They've really locked up since pretty much that last Waldorf game. And Brown almost jumped, and he brings a house in. Almost picked off. Sonny had a hand on it, unable to bring it down. As there's a new quarterback in there. That's Christensen, the quarterback now in there. And he took a big hit there. Almost picked off. Instead, it's going to be 3rd down and 9. So that's Sam Christensen, the junior quarterback for Waldorf. 3rd down and 9. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Molise, the running back on the left hip of Buchanan. He takes a shotgun snap. He's looking left. He's flushed out of the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield, and he's going to decide to keep it himself. He's being rushed, and ooh, took a nice hit again at the line of gain. Oh, wow. They're going to move the chains. They're going to move the chains, and that looks short, but they are going to move the chains. 1st and 10 now for Waldorf. And back-to-back first down conversions on quarterback runs. And both quarterbacks take big hits at the line of gain. One receiver split to the near side left. Looks like Trojan's going to bring a blitz. They only bring 3. They hand it up the middle to Buchanan. He's trying to find a lane. Finds a little bit of a cutback, and he gets some momentum. He's going to be brought down at about the Trojan 45. Going to be 2nd down and short. 2nd down and short. Going to be about 2nd down and 2.5 or 3. The hashes just aren't painted, which is pretty irritating. I'm not even going to lie. But it is what it is. 2nd down and 3. One receiver split right. Buchanan in the shotgun. And they're going to hand it off the middle. No, Buchanan play action right. He's looking. He's on the bootleg. And he finds his man. Ooh, unable to bring it down. Intended for the tight end, Nolan Froen. Looked like possibly J.J. Beck. J.J. Beck, I believe it was either Beck or Sonny there on the defensive deflection. So now it's going to be 3rd down and about 3. And the last 2 3rd downs have been converted by Waldorf on quarterback runs. Quarterback keepers, really. 3rd down and 3. One receiver split to each side. Buchanan still in the shotgun. He takes a snap. He hands it up the middle to the other Buchanan. And that's going to be close. They're going to put it right on the line of gain, and it looks like they're signaling 4th? Yeah, they're going to say 4th and inches. 4th and inches now. So all 3 3rd down plays have been right on that line to gain. We'll see what this 4th down brings. And snap, handed up the middle to Buchanan, who hits a stone wall, tries bouncing up. He's tackled in the backfield. Nowhere to go. Mason Lloyd comes in from his safety spot. Tackle for loss. Turnover on downs. Trojans gain possession of the ball with 10:15. Ball's going to be on the 46-yard line of the Trojans. They're going to take over with 1st down and 10. And it looks like it's going to be Gavin Holland getting the nod at running back today. So 2 receivers going to come out right. 1 receiver or 1 tight end lined in tight on each side. Brooks in the shotgun. He takes a snap, and he's going to hand out the middle to Holland. And he's got nowhere to go. He's brought down at the line of scrimmage. Going to be 2nd down and about 10. So now 2nd down and 10. Gain of 1. Oh, they're going to give him about a yard or so. 2 receivers right. Brooks in the shotgun with Holland on his right hip. He scanned the field. He motioned Sillyson from the right side to the left. And Brooks just going to keep it himself on the power. And he finds a lane. He finds a little bit of a corner. He's going to be brought down at midfield. It's going to be 3rd down and about 7. About 3rd down and 7 for Brooks in the offense on their first offensive drive of the afternoon. That's one thing that Brooks really does well. He's a really powerful runner. He has no problem laying down the shoulder and taking hits and giving them as well. Makes him a threat. 1 receiver split to each side, 2 tight ends right. Holland still in at running back. And they're going to motion the 2 tight ends from the right side to the left side of the offensive line. And low snap. They're going to play action. Brooks has a man deep. He's got Keel, who brings it inside the 20. And no, he puts it on the ground. Unable. Oh, they're going to call him down, I think. They're going to say he's down. The ground nearly cost the Trojans a big play. Instead, Deshaun Gill was down. First and 10 for the Trojans inside the Case IH red zone. Find reliable Case IH equipment for your farming operation in the Case IH red zone at Lake County International in Madison. First and goal at the 10. After the big catch from Keel. 2 receivers left. 2 tight ends right. Holland being motioned from the left side of the Brooks hip to the right, and Brooks just going to keep himself running right, trying to find a little bit of a lane. He uses Holland as a lead blocker. He continues to power forward. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 1. So Brooks, it's going to be second down and goal now for Brooks in the offense at about the 1. That catch for Dejon Keel was a 40-yarder. Found him right down the hashes. The faded hashes, I should say. 1 receiver left. 1 tight end. Lined in tight on each side. Holland in the backfield next to Brooks. He gets the handoff to Holland, who tries powering it forward into the end zone. Did he get there? They signal touchdown, Trojans. Gavin Holland scores from 1 yard out for the first score of the afternoon. 7:34 still to go here in the first quarter on the Farmers X scoreboard. Apparently I was off by a few. They're going to say about 3 yards on the carry. But still, Gavin Holland gets the Trojans on the board early. Now Noah Kawarki out there. He's the last 2 times that Trojans have played football games, he's been named Special Teams Player of the Week. He's getting out there to attempt the extra point now. And the kick is up. And it is good. 7-0's your score with 7:34 still left here in the first quarter on the Farmers Jack scoreboard. We're going to take a 30-second break, come back with the kickoff here on Jammin' Country 103.
Buying a home is one of the largest investments many people will make in their lifetime. Weber Abstract will make your investment secure. Hi, I'm Kelly with Weber Abstract. For over 70 years, we have helped so many wonderful people build their trust in our services. We strive to continue that tradition for another 70 years. Call 256-4640 to speak with one of our local and knowledgeable staff that serves all of Lake County. You can also visit our website at weberabstract.com. Weber Abstract, why go anywhere else?
A big passing catch from Zach Brooks to Dejon Keel helped put the Trojans in scoring position as Gavin Holland ran it out from 3 yards to put the Trojans on the board first, 7-0 here with a little over 7.5 left here in the first quarter. And the Trojans, they were able to take advantage of the field position after a failed 4th down from Waldorf. And now Waldorf will be looking to answer there. Waldorf's wearing, I believe that's a black helmet with their purple stripes, purple logos. That one, better kick that time. That one's going to roll actually over the head of 2 different Waldorf Warriors. Got to pick it up inside the 5. Trying to find a little bit of space. There's Trojans everywhere. He's going to be brought down at the 10. And special teams continues to play in the favor of the Trojans. Nice. It looked like a perfectly executed onside kick for a second. Well, not perfectly executed, but it bounced over 2 different players. And at that point, the return man, I believe that might have been Connor Parker back there, just trying to pick it up and make sure it doesn't become Dakota State ball. So now Waldorf has a ball inside their own 10-yard line, first down and 10. Defensively, couldn't have asked for a more better start here for the Trojans. Shotgun snap up the middle to Buchanan, who bounces off 1 tackler, and he's going to be brought down after getting, he avoids 2 different tacklers. Kind of like a pinball machine. Brought down eventually by Mason Lloyd, first and 10 for Waldorf. Ball spotted short of the 25. Going to be about the 24-yard line. 1 receiver left. And it looks like it's still going to be the young quarter. No, it does look like TJ Owens is back in at quarterback. And he slips. He was on the play action pass. He just slipped. He was trying to turn around for a boot. And faked it right. And he did a little quick. It'll be a loss of about 6. So 2nd down and 16 now. 3 receivers going to be split right for Waldorf. 1 receiver left. And it looks like Siam Molizi is a running back in behind. Nope, he's going to be on the right hip of Brooks. Sorry, Owens. And looks like a little confusion is going to force Waldorf to call a timeout. They're going to take a timeout. Let's take a timeout as well.
Waldorf. Their first timeout of the half.
Down to 16 for the Warriors here on Jammin' Country 103.
When looking for flowers for someone, or maybe it's a gift to yourself for your home or office, stop by the Floral Shop in Madison. They can help you choose the right flower arrangement. Tell someone they're amazing, pick out something sweet and simple, or just show your love to that special someone with fresh, beautiful flowers from the Floral Shop in Madison. Visit the Floral Shop in Madison online at floralshopmadison.com to see their fresh flowers for all occasions and other great gift ideas.
And we're now joined, whoops, not till the end of the first, and just got word that we're going to have Miles Beacom at halftime. We'll talk, and that's Beacom was out there doing the coin flip, so he wasn't able to make it up during pregame, and we'll be speaking with Jeff Dittman at about the end of the first quarter, so about 6 minutes or so, but right now it's going to be 2nd down and 16 for the Warriors. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Owens takes a shotgun snap. He's rolling right, looking downfield, and he's going to throw it up for grabs, and no, denied. Oh, they're going to call pass interference on Blake Duran. I don't know about that one. It just looked like good defensive coverage there by Duran. Instead, looks like he's going to be flagged for defensive interference. So 2nd down to 16.
Pass interference. Defense, number 5. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Yep. Pass interference. So it's going to be 1st and 10 now for Waldorf. At about, where are they going to spot it? Short of the 35, about the 33-yard line is where Waldorf's going to take over with 1st and 10. I don't know about that one. I'm not going to lie. But it doesn't matter what I think. It's going to be 3 receivers on the left side. They're going to be stacked up on top of each other in a straight line along the hashes. Then 1 receiver split out right. The handoff. Nope. Fake the handoff. And Owens is going to keep it himself, and he's going to be rocked. And it looked like that was Caleb Dwyer getting in there. Caleb Dwyer getting in there is going to be 2nd down and about 9. After about a 1-yard carry there for Owens. When you have the weather conditions like you have today, it's cold. When you have cold weather games like this, a lot of times defense is really going to be the focal point in these type of games. I wouldn't expect a lot of offensive explosive plays. And right now the Trojans defense is taking advantage. 2 receivers split to each side. Owens fakes a handoff, and Brown is going to try bring him down there. Owens dumps it off to an offensive lineman, just trying to get rid of it to avoid the sack. So that's going to be a flag. There's a flag on the field. Cody Brown got there immediately. The play action game just hasn't been working so far for TJ Owens and the offensive for the Warriors. And the flag, probably because he threw it to an offensive lineman, an eligible receiver or something. So this is going to be a huge loss for the Warriors.
Illegal touching. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul with a loss of down.
It's also going to be a loss of downs, 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So it's going to be 3rd down and forever for Waldorf. And the Trojans defense just continues to prove strong here. They've been pretty strong throughout this entire season, especially in the back half. And they're having a good first quarter here with about 5 minutes left on the Farmers X scoreboard. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Owens takes the shotgun snap. He's looking right. He's got some time. He uncorks it deep right and nowhere to go. He does run into a defensive back. The receiver looking for a flag is Malik Adams, but he's not going to get one this time. So now it's going to be 4th and 10. Actually, no, it's going to be 4th and 18. And that's going to force a punt. 4th and 18 now for Waldorf. They're going to be punting it away. Jay Skogerbo back there to return. Waldorf going to be punting from their balls on their own 21, 22 yard line. Punter is going to be about his own 10-yard line, maybe even back further. Jay Skogerbo's lined up inside the 50. And they're calling another timeout on the field. Timeout. Let's take a 30-second timeout as well. Waldorf think about this punt. We'll be back in 30 seconds on German Country 103.
In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Someone you can call when bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Visit Cutter Williams Insurance in Madison today.
Big defensive series there for the Trojans. They did give up a pass interference, but a couple big plays there defensively. A illegal touching to get out of a sack from T.J. Owens, throwing it to his offensive lineman, forced a big penalty, and then nowhere to go on a pass. And almost blocked a punt. High punt, doesn't get much distance, actually lands at about the original line of scrimmage there, inside the 40. So the Trojans take over in perfect scoring position at about the 39-yard line of Waldorf. Actually, it might be even closer than that. I think they're going to put it at about the 38-yard line of Waldorf. Trojans up 7-0, have a big opportunity to add to their lead. Zach Brooks in the offense, running out there. Dylan Johnson now going to get some reps at running back, it appears. Yep, Dylan Johnson and out running back. 3 receivers right. 2 tight ends lined in tight on the offensive line left. Brooks in the shotgun. Warriors bring 4, and they're going to hand it up the middle to Johnson, who bounces off one lineman, and he continues to power forward. And did he put the ball on the ground? Waldorf says they have it. Ball carrier was Johnson. And they're going to say it's still Dakota State ball. So you got about 5 or 6 yards. Going to be second down and about 5 now. And now Gavin Holland coming back in at running back. Ball at the 34-yard line of Waldorf for the second down and 5. 3 receivers tight to the formation left. They're going to motion Cooper McDermott from the left to the right. And Brooks fakes it, and he almost slips. He keeps his feet, lowers a shoulder, and he's going to be brought down. And, ooh, I think they're going to get unnecessary roughness, I think, is about to be the call. They threw down Brooks well after the whistle. Brooks with the carry was short of the line to gain. It looks like it was probably about the 30-yard line or so where Brooks got to. We'll see what the penalty is. That one.
After the play, personal foul and necessary rough foul against number 31. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. Automatic first down.
And you can't take big hits on grass on days like today. When you have the cold weather, step outside, that ground's going to be pretty hard. So if you can avoid those big throws, they're going to throw that flag, especially on a day like today where that's just unnecessary. You don't need to be throwing down quarterbacks or anyone well after the play. So it's going to be first down and 10 inside the Case IH red zone. 3 receivers right. Holland and out running back on the left hip of Brooks. Brooks takes the shotgun snap. He's going to keep himself rolling left. Trying to find a little bit of a lane. He's going to lower the shoulder. And he's going to be stopped at about the 15. By the way, that's inside the Case IH red zone. If you want equipment that's both power and efficient, it's available only in red at your Case IH dealer, Lake County International. Second down and about 9 or 8 now coming up. They're going to give him about a 2-yard gain, so second down and 8 for Brooks and the offense. Getting down to about the Waldorf, about the 16 or 17 now. One receiver split to each side. Dylan Johnson now back in at running back. He's on the right hip of Brooks. They're going to move 2 tight ends from the left side to the right side, and looks like Josh Anderson wants a timeout. So Josh Anderson's going to burn his first timeout. We're going to take another timeout here. Jammin' Country 103. We'll be back in 30 seconds for second down and 9 for Dakota State here at KJM.
If you love The Office, but you don't want to stare at a screen all day, Buds Cleanup Service in Madison has a perfect job for you. Join the amazing team at Buds Cleanup Service. They're looking for applicants to work flexible hours in the office and route work. This position is 40 hours per week with overtime available, plus health, vision, life insurance, and PTO. Feel accomplished and work outside with a great family-oriented business. Apply in person at Buds Cleanup Service, 114 West Center Street, Madison, or email budscleanup@gmail.com.
We're back here on Jammin' Country 103. The Dakota State Trojans lead 7-0 with about 3:05 still left here on the Farmers Ag scoreboard in the first quarter. They're marching down the field. They'll be set up with second down and 8 from about the 16-yard line of Waldorf. Big defensive series for the Trojans. The last drive helps set up Dakota State with this big drive that they're on right now. As this drive started inside the Waldorf 40-yard line. Looks like Holland's in at running back. He's on the right hip of Brooks. One receiver split to each side. Brooks takes a shotgun snap. He's going to hand up the middle. No, that's Johnson, and it's going to be Brooks on the keeper. He leans right into the defender, trying to muscle forward, and he gets some help from his offensive lineman. He's going to be brought down at about the 10-yard line. Short of the first down marker, but big run there from quarterback Brooks. Third down and about 2 or 3. At about the, they're going to mark in about 11. 10 or 11-yard line. So gain of about 4. Going to be third and about 4 now. 2 receivers going to be split left. Gavin Holland back in at running back. 3 tight ends lined in tight on the right side. Brooks in the shotgun. They're going to motion one of the tight ends from the right to the left, motion them back to the right, and they're going to hand it off to Holland along that right side, trying to find a little bit of a lane. He's going to be brought down, maybe back to the line of scrimmage at the 10. So let's see what Anderson decides to do. Does he want to send Kowarski out there for the field goal? And it looks like they are. We're going to send out their special teams ace, Noah Kowarski, to attempt the field goal. Be about a 27-yarder. Should be easy peasy, you would think, for Kowarski, but we'll see what the weather has. I mean, he did slip on a kickoff earlier today. For 27 yards. Kick is up. And it looks good, and it is good. Trojans extend their lead 10-0 with 1:26 left here in the first quarter on the Farmers Ag scoreboard. We're going to be back in 30 seconds with the kickoff here on Jammin' Country 103.
There's nothing like watching the sun rise over your fields, the smell of hope in the air. At Mustang Seeds, we're ready to help you plan for the next planting season and committed to boosting your yields and increasing your profitability with quality seed genetics customized to your farm ground and your way of farming. Lock in preseason cash discounts, rewards, and competitive pricing by contacting your local Mustang DSM or dealer. Mustang Seeds, plant with pride.
Welcome back up here to the Madison Discount Liquor broadcast booth. 1:26 left on the Farmers Ag scoreboard here in the first quarter. Noah Kowarski has extended the Trojan lead 10-0. And he's going to be getting ready to kick this one off deep. It's been a couple special teams or kickoff miscues so far, or by Waldorf, it really seems like. Kowarski getting ready to kick it, and that one deep. And that one fielded at about the 10, gets some space up to about the 20, trying to bounce outside, and he's going to be brought down. Ooh, took a big hit at about the 25. That's where Dakota State's defense stopped them. So Waldorf, their offense, led by the junior quarterback T.J. Owens, getting ready to step out on the field. Offensively, Waldorf hasn't been able to muster much of anything here in this first quarter. Offensively, 2 for 4 on third down. And trying to find 35 total yards so far for Waldorf. And they're going to hand it up the middle to Buchanan, who's trying to find a little bit of space right. And he's going to be brought down at about the 30. And that's going to be about a 3-yard gain for about 2nd down and 7. So Tay Buchanan. A little under a minute left now here in the first quarter. We're going to be speaking with Jeff Dittman here shortly. And the handoff up the middle to Buchanan again, who finds a little bit of space, and he's going to be brought down. Found a crease, and he took advantage. Brought down 1st and 10 for the Warriors at the 40. Ball at the 40. One receiver split to each side. Warriors trying to find some sort of rhythm offensively. They're handed up the middle to Buchanan. Seems to be working as that one breaks past the first line of defense. He doesn't quite get to the 45, though, as he's met by a couple linebackers. So it's going to be 2nd down and about 5 at the 45. They need midfield for the first down. So about 2nd and... they might just let the clock run out here, Waldorf. And it appears that way, that they are going to let the clock run down. And that's going to be the end of the one. The Trojans lead here 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a 30-second break, come back. We'll speak with Jeff Dittman when we come back here on Jammin' Country 103.
Heartland Energy is your hometown power provider, delivering affordable and reliable energy and services to the city of Madison and surrounding areas. Heartland offers a number of programs to help their customers grow and thrive and wants to be your trusted partner if you're looking to expand your business or if you're in need of low-interest financing. Call Heartland Energy today to explore your options at 605-256-6536. Delivering power with a purpose, Heartland Energy is dedicated to delivering reliable energy and services to the city of Madison.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in seed technology, as well as plant protection and nutrition. Wilbur Ellis, located in Chester, South Dakota, providing As Grow and DeKalb brands, various field applications, and local plot data, can provide you with expert advice for your acres. Grow smart and reduce loss. Let Wilbur Ellis address your challenges. Contact your Wilbur Ellis representative at 489-2171. At Wilbur Ellis, they never stop looking ahead.
You've worked hard to get to this moment. Practicing, learning, preparing, living. And what matters now is what you do in this moment. On the court, mat, field, rink, or pool. And we're all here cheering you on while you make memories with your friends. You are persistent and we are here for you. No matter the time, place, or season. Your community, your future, our focus. That's Kibble Equipment.
Welcome back up here in the Madison Discount Liquor broadcast booth. First down and 10 for the Warriors. We're now joined by Jeff Dittman. How are you, Jeff?
I'm good. A little cold, but I'm good.
It's absolutely cold as they handed up the middle to, I believe that's Buchanan for a first down gain. So you wanted to talk about the new facilities and everything, right?
This is an exciting time for us. As you look to the north there, you see the track has the first layer of asphalt to it, and May 15th they will put the Bain 100 or 1000 layer on it, and then the purpose work is all done on for the turf for the soccer field, which is where we'll play our high school and college football games next year. So that will start about March 15th with that, and next Wednesday they will start tearing this facility down.
Well, they're going to start that on Wednesday as Buchanan just has to throw that one away. He's pressured there by Cody Brown, who's been a stud all season long. So, how long has this been in the works for you guys?
Well, we started talking about it 11 years ago when I came back, and obviously we had some things that we had to do first. The Beacom Center was being built, and then the Mad Labs, and then the dorm. But probably in the last 4 years in particular, we really started the fundraising component to it and started getting the plans ready and getting ready for this day.
And it's a big third down play here for the Trojans defense. Warriors come out with 2 or 3 receivers split left. Buchanan takes a shotgun snap. He's looking left. He throws it and just throws that one right into the dirt. It's another 4th down forced by the Trojans, who have played very well defensively so far this year. How exciting! I mean, it's pretty big. I mean, not just for the players, the athletes, but this is pretty big for the fans and the alumni too.
I think everyone is looking forward to 2 years from now when we open up the new stadium and the event center that will be a part of it, with the hospitality areas, the concession areas, the improved bathrooms, the enlarged seating. We'll go twice as much seating as what we currently have. So it's going to be a tremendous facility. It'll be a tremendous NAIA facility. We'll have one of the best in the country.
Yeah, I mean, some of the NAIA facilities are pretty nice. From what I've seen so far, is this punt barely gets off. Another high punt, as Dakota State's punt block team just continues to be dominant, just like their defense has. And, I mean, so far, today defensively, the Trojans have played well. And, I'm excited for all this. Is everything on schedule so far?
For the most part, it is. We will, like I said, the track and the soccer field will be ready next fall for our athletes to use. We're going to have to work around next spring when the track team is we're not quite sure what we're doing yet. We're going to be running out in the open. We're going to be running probably in a few blocks around the community. We'll borrow a facility once a week from a high school in the area. But you know what? Our coaches, our athletes are all excited, and they're willing to say, all right, that's a tough year, but they're more than looking forward to what happens after it's completed.
And the first down run there for Gavin Holland gets about 2 or 3. So sounds like it's going to impact the track season a little bit, but how long does that type of process take for the track to be all put on?
What we have left now is 50 days, and once they start laying that foam surface, and then the sealer on top of it, they have to have 50 days of 50-plus degree weather and 50 days with no moisture.
So it comes down to, probably like March or whatever because we're well out of that. Just look outside as another handoff up the middle to Holland. Gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be about 3rd down and 6 now. So, obviously excitement about the new facilities, but there's got to be some sort of emotion side of this being the last game at Trojan Field, right?
Oh, I think if you talk to our alumni, I think if you talk to our head football coach who's played here, they'll all say that they have a lot of great memories here. There's some great wins. The first Ag Bowl with the win over Dakota Wesleyan, obviously the Boot Hill Bowl team that played here, the 1977 undefeated SDIC team. So there are a lot of great memories. But I think we all know we just had to build a new facility.
And Brooks takes it himself. He powers forward, lowers a shoulder. He has no problems doing that, and that's enough for the first down gain there for Brooks. And, just watching this football game, it's pretty defensive. It's for a cold game. I'm impressed so far. I don't know about you, but I'm impressed with the way the Trojans are playing so far. It seems like speaking to Coach Anderson, he didn't want to think about this being the last game at Trojan Field, or his players to think about it, but it kind of seems like they want to go out on a high note, it looks like.
Well, we've had very good play out of our defense all year long. The specialty teams have gotten better and better, and they've really been a big part of our success recently. But I think you're right. I think all of our athletes know this is a very historic moment. It's going to be in the history books for a long time, and they certainly want to have a great performance and go out on the right note.
And so far they're going up against a tough Waldorf team. They lost to them early in the year. That was a nice first down carry. Gets about 2 yards for Gavin Holland, and right now they can just start grounding and pounding. So you've been back for how long?
I'm getting close to being here for 30 years.
Jeez,
Came here in 1990.
1990.
Left for a few years, but I'm very close to 30 years now.
Second down play. Brooks takes a pass, and a little miscommunication there from Michael Hybertson. Now it's going to be 3rd down. So what are some of the other projects that you've really, this one's got to be an exciting project. You mentioned like the Beacom Institute. You mentioned some of the other, some athletic-wise, what's been a nice project for you to have overlooked in your time here outside of what's about to be?
Well, about 10 years ago, we did a lot of renovation in the field house. Those those who have been around know that we did some work in the front lobby so that it was a much more presentable area. Had a lot of history now out in the lobby with the Hall of Fame area and so forth. Then in the walkway inside, we've got the Hall of Fame walkway with a lot of highlights of our individual and our team careers, and then added some more electronics in the building, the digital score tables and stuff. So it is still a building that was built in 1960, so it's very old. But you know what? It's kind of like Cameron Stadium in the sense it's got a lot of history to it, and it's a little bit smaller, but the crowd is right up on top of the players, and there's some great excitement at ball games.
And the Trojans, they gave it to Gavin Holland, nowhere to go, so it's going to be a fourth down punt here. No Kawarki, who's been a stud. He kicked about 27-yard field goal not too long ago. He's been a stud as a punter, as well as Warriors try bringing a blitz, and that one, he gets it just off, and that one might roll. Wow. That is an awesome punt. Rolls right out at the 10. You can't ask for much better than that. And so what's going to happen with some of the other facilities? Like, I'm a little bit newer to the area, so what's going to happen with like the current athletic facilities over there?
Well, phase one is the track and the soccer stadium, football stadium, and the event center. And we are currently working to get the money raised to do the softball and the baseball complex, which will be over here on the east side of this area. The throwing area, if you look out there, it's almost completed. It's got three pads for the shot put. It's got 2 pads for discus and a hammer throw, and it's got a javelin area, so that's almost completed. And I'll take a quick stop here.
No, you're good. It's 1st and 10 now for the Warriors. They hand it up the middle to Buchanan, who's met by a couple Trojans, maybe gets about a yard or so.
And then we get to phase 2 and 3, and that's the indoor track and training facility, which will benefit almost all of our sports. And then the next one is the arena, where our volleyball and basketball teams will compete. So we'll have an entire complex when we get all done with it.
You mentioned the throwing area is about done, so that should be good for track season then?
It will be, yes. They'll be able to work on it next spring.
2nd down and about 9 now. Play action for Buchanan, who rolls left. And that was blocked. Was that? Oh! Cody Brown gets a hand on that one. That one gets batted to the back of the end zone. Another stud for the Trojans so far this season.
Cody could have found that just a little quicker. He would have had his touchdown there.
I know. He's like, where was it? He was looking up for it. Thank you so much for joining us here. Do you have anything else to add? For more information for any of those that would like more information on the new athletic facilities?
Just go to the DSU athletic sites, and there's a spot where you can click on it, and it will go to all of the new complex. It'll go timelines. There's some nice history there. A lot of fun reading there. And then I would just say, come join us when we open up the new stadium next year, and then come join us in 2 years when we open up the football stadium.
Perfect. Thank you, Jeff Dittman.
Thank you.
He's here on for the football game here, and that was a nowhere to go on that 3rd down run. Appreciate Jeff joining us here in the MDL broadcast booth. So now it's going to be a 4th down punt for the Warriors, and they are backed up to their own 10-yard line. This one, again, could set the Trojans up in great field position. Back there to punt is Isaac Burgett. Jay Skogerbo, the return man. And almost blocked! Oh, my gosh. Skogerbo picks it up at about the 45, runs up to about the 40. He's going to be brought down at the 40. Wow. Caleb Dwyer almost got a hand on that one. That would have been either a safety or a touchdown there for the Trojans, depending on who would have picked that one up. So close. As the Trojans dial up the pressure on the punt block. Instead, it's going to be 1st down and 10 now for Dakota State. Inside Waldorf territory. Great field position once again. Ball going to be at the 41-yard line of the Warriors. And it's going to be one receiver left. Looks like one receiver right. Gavin Holland and our running back, one tight end lined up on each side. Brooks in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Warriors bring about 4. Play action pass. He looks. He pumps. Now he's going to throw left. He's got his man. And, makes the back shoulder. He adjusts for it. Brings it down. What are they going to say? Oh, they're going to say he was out of bounds. Intended for Darian Conrad. He do it just for it to catch it along the sideline. And they're going to say Conrad was out of bounds. That was a nice throw there by Brooks. Just barely unable to bring that one down. So now 2nd down and 10. I really like the aggressiveness here. That's a couple big passes that Brooks has thrown. That one didn't get anywhere, but I like the aggressiveness. 3 receivers left. Brooks in the shotgun, hands up the middle to Holland. Trying to find some space right. And he's going to be brought down inside the backfield. So a loss of about 1. It's going to be 3rd down and 11 now. Holland loses about a yard. About 3rd down and 11 with about 8.5 left here in the first half on the Farmers Ag scoreboard. Trojans leading here 10-0 over Waldorf. 2 receivers going to be lined up left. Looks like actually it's going to be twins to each side. Holland on the left hip of Brooks. Brooks is about to scan the field. Taking his time. He's got 5 seconds left on the play clock now. 3, 2, takes a snap. He's looking left. And he sets his feet. And he uncorks it left. And Conrad goes up to get it. And he gets just enough for the first down. Gets out to the 30. He had to go up for that one. He made a couple guys miss on his way to the first down. So that's going to be a Trojan first down. Nice throw there. And an even better catch there by Conrad. Brooks is trusting his receiver. Conrad's been one of those reliable guys, especially more so as of late. 2 receivers going to be split left. Looks like tight end and Dejan Keel is lined up right. Dylan Johnson in at running back on the left hip of Brooks. Warriors bring a blitz. Brooks has time though. Left, and he's going to throw that one. And almost picked off in the end zone. Was intended for Darian Conrad. Had 2 guys blanketing him. And Tyler Dennis, a senior, almost had that one. Instead, it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Maybe getting a little too aggressive. I can see some sort of like running back or like maybe a read option type play here. Or some sort of quarterback power. 3 receivers right. And there's the power with Brooks. Trying to find a lane behind his blockers, and he only gets maybe about a yard or so. He stayed in bounds, so the clock's still going to run with a little over 7 minutes left. 3rd down, about 9. After the gain of 1 from Zach Brooks. So another passing down here. But one thing with Brooks, if he gets out of the pocket, he's a threat with his legs. Something to watch out for here on 3rd down. 2 receivers split to each side. Holland back in at running back on the left hip. Brooks, play action fake. Warriors bring a blitz, and he's going to throw it towards the end zone. And almost picked off, and almost picked off, and then almost into the hands of Austin Lake, who's just unable to bring it off the ricochet. Wow. Actually, that was Lake, the intended receiver out there. He almost had him on the post. 2 receivers split to each side. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 9. Ball on the Warriors, about 25. Brooks takes the shotgun snap, looking left. Now he's rolling right. He's got a little bit of lane. He's got the corner, and he's got the first down. He slides just past the marker, so that's going to be enough for the Trojan first down inside the K-Side's red zone. For farm equipment that offers comfort, reliability, and support you expect, head to the K-Side red zone at Lake County International Madison. 1st and 10 at about the 15 now for the Trojans. Like I mentioned a couple moments ago, Brooks get out of the pocket, threat with his legs, and he definitely was there. 2 receivers left. Johnson, the running back in there. They're going to hand it up to Johnson up the middle. Trying to find some space. Bounces out. And he's going to be hit. Gain of a couple. Not a bad first down carry there. Gets about 5. If you're getting 4 or 5 yards a pop, that's kind of ideal. That's kind of what you want to do. You're running out the clock. You're getting first downs. 6 minutes left here in the first quarter on the first half. Second quarter. We're in 2 right now. 2 receivers split left, 1 right. Holland back in at running back. He's lined up behind Brooks. Warriors bring a blitz. Play action fake. And nowhere to go. He's going to be sacked. And Jacob Ray led the charge off the edge. He was not fooled by the play action fake. So now after the sack there from Ray and a couple other Warriors, it's going to be 3rd and 10. Right now you're kind of thinking, well, can we get a couple yards? Can we give Kawarki a better spot to potentially have to kick a field goal? You don't want to lose any yardage. If you're not, obviously you want the first down as Brooks is alone in the empty set. And Brooks is going to dump it off. And he had a man, but flag thrown before the play. And they're going to say false start against Dakota State. That's exactly what they couldn't have happened right there. Is that little play, that little screen pass there, probably would have gone for a couple. Would have been enough to make a field goal more manageable. So now it's going to be 3rd and 14. Yeah, they had Amari Hudson. No, that's Gavin Holland lined up. The running back. He's lined up. Brooks alone in the backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Brooks looks right. He's going to throw it. Nope, he's going to keep it himself. And he's going to continue to power forward. Made a couple guys miss. Not going to be enough for the first down, but he's going to be at about the 10. That makes a field goal definitely manageable, as the Trojans will look to add to their lead. It's going to be 4th down, and this is going to be about the same spot as the last field goal for Kawarki. He hit it from 27 on the other end of the field in the first quarter. They're going to line it up right between the hashes. So this is just a straight shot down the middle. Snaps good, kicks up, and it is cleared and good. 13-0 is a score. Trojans have extended it with 4:12 left here on the Farmers Ag scoreboard in the first half. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the kickoff. Warriors will receive the ball next year on to Jammin' Country 103.
Bank West in Madison knows what it takes to build a strong team. This is Tom Kaler, and for more than 130 years, we have earned long-term customer relationships by helping our customers and communities succeed. We pride ourselves in adapting to customer needs and providing top-notch customer service. Whether you prefer banking online, on your phone, or in person, we're here to help. Bank West in Madison is convenient, connected, committed, and proud supporters of area sports. Go Trojans. Member FDIC.
4:52 this evening. 4:12 left on the Farmers Ag scoreboard here in the first half. Noah Kawarki has helped to extend the Trojans' lead, now 13-0 over the Waldorf Warriors here in the final game at Trojan Field and the final game of the season for Dakota State. It's been a defensive... Actually, it's just been a dominant game in the trenches, really, which is one of the keys to victory that I mentioned earlier in this game. Trojans are winning it up front defensively, and they're able to get some lanes, allowing the offense to get some yards. That one's a high kick, had a high point. That ball out about the 20, gets up short of the 30 is where he's pushed out of bounds. But one thing that's really impressed me so far has been the throwing for Zach Brooks. He's 2 for 6, 56 yards, but some of the throws have been, they haven't been bad. Dejon Keel has one catch for 40, and Darian Conrad has a catch for 16. Brooks is leading the way so far with yardage. He's got 10 rushes for 49 yards. I believe that's Sam Christian. I know I was saying Buchanan. It's Christensen in at quarterback, I believe, in for the TJ Owens. Christensen 0 for 5 so far. 3 receivers right, 2 left, leaving Christensen alone. And they're going to dump it off on the little quick hitch route along the hashes to number 34, Seth Oakes. That's the first completed pass there for Christensen today. Gain of 5, second down and 5. Warriors would love to be able to go into halftime with a score. Trojans will get the ball to start the second half. Christensen again alone by himself. 3 receivers left, 2 right. They're going to motion a man back into the formation. or back in the backfield. That's Javante Harper. And he's going to get the carry up the middle, trying to find somewhere to go. And the Trojans just clogged every alley. Javante Harper, nowhere to go. He ran right into the big man, Devontae Murphy. So now it's going to be 3rd down and 5. This Trojan team's come to play today. They really have. This is a good Waldorf team. And the Trojans are beating them 13-0 and putting them up against the wall, 3rd down and 5. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Christensen takes a shotgun snap. He looks left, throws it right into the dirt, short of the intended receiver. So now 4th down and 5 as the Warriors go 3 and out. And the Trojans, with 2:44 left on the Farmers X scoreboard here in the first half, if they can march down the field and score, and then they get the ball to start the second half, they could really start putting their stamp on this game. Now, this is a team that has blocked a couple punts so far this year as well. They nearly blocked one. They nearly blocked the last punt. Let's see. It looks like they're going to bring a little bit of pressure for the punt block. And pressure they do bring. Almost blocked again. High punt. Skogerbo lets it fall at the 40. And that takes a little bounce inside the 40. That's going to be stopped at the 39-yard line of Dakota State, where the Trojans are going to take over with 1st and 10. 2:34 left here in the first half on the Farmers X scoreboard. A defensive showcase is what this game has been so far, and the Trojans offense, they're playing complementary to that. That's one thing that hasn't always been the case through this season, is complementary football has been difficult to come by at times. I mean, 2 weeks ago, Trojans only scored 12 points and a 12-6 victory, all 12 of those points coming in that first half. Now we're still in the first half. They've scored 13. But Trojans offense has really given themselves opportunities. 3 receivers right. He's got Holland back there in the shotgun. They hand it up the middle to Holland, who finds a little bit of a crease for about a yard or 2. They're going to give him about 1 yard. Actually, going to be more like 2 yards. 2nd down, about 8. And they can just let the clock run out as far as they please. But I wouldn't mind seeing the Trojans try attacking downfield. 2nd down and 9. 2 minutes left here in the first half. 3 receivers right. They're going to motion Cole Siliuson from the right to the left. And they're going to hand it off. No play action. Brooks has time in the pocket. He throws it deep. He's got Lake, who goes up for it. No! Almost picked off. Intended for Austin Lake. Twan Collymore was able to get a hand on it and almost bring it down. So maybe I should stop calling for deep shots, because they're going for them. They're just not working out. 3rd and 9 now. 1:48 left. One receiver. It looks like one receiver going to be split to each side. Actually, it's going to be 3 receivers right, 1 left. And then Gavin Holland's still in that running back. He's on the right hip of Brooks. Warriors look like they're going to bring a pressure. Some sort of blitz, it looks like. They motion Conrad. And Brooks has time in the pocket, and he throws that one right into the defender's hands. Gets it at the 40, has some space outside 30. Brings it out to the 20, inside the 10 before being brought down. Looked like maybe a little miscommunication there. Looked like maybe a little slippage. As that one's picked off. It's going to be 1st and goal now for Waldorf, and that's not how they needed to end this first half. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Set them up inside the Case-IH red zone for farm equipment that offers comfort, reliability, and the support you expect. Head to the Case-IH red zone at Lake County International Madison. It looked like a little miscommunication there, or maybe Cooper McDermott slipped on the route. Kason Handel was a defensive back that was able to get a hand on that one and pick it off. Little wildcat look is this? And they're going to take, that's a little wildcat look. And the Warriors trying to push it forward. They're trying to push the pile forward, led by Javante Harper. Javante Harper coming in as a ball carrier, getting that. Took the direct snap himself. And again, Harper going to be lined up in the shotgun to receive the direct snap. He's got Siam Molizi lined up behind him, and then 2 offensive linemen on each side. They motion Molizi out of the formation left, and Harper takes a direct snap right, and he's going to be tackled down. Cody Brown tackles him in the backfield for a loss. Going to be 3rd and goal at about maybe 5 or so. 3rd and goal at the 5. About 40 seconds left here in the first half. If the Trojans' defense is able to hold, that'd be pretty big. And again, they're going to leave Harper in there. Looks like they're going to let him essentially be quarterback. He takes the direct snap. He's running left, trying to find a lane, and almost finds one. Breaks off the tackle, and ooh! Did he get in there? Looked like he might have been short. Looked like Harper might have been short of the goal line, and they're going to say he is. 11 seconds left. 4th and goal. And Waldorf going to have to burn a timeout. They're going to take a timeout. Let's take one final timeout as well here on Jammin' Country 103. We'll be back in 30 seconds with 4th and goal for Warriors here at KJM.
MDL Madison has all your beverage needs. Pull up to the drive-thru window where you're always greeted with a smile. MDL has a large selection of fountain, bottle, and canned beverages, plus snacks, convenience store items, and gas pumps to top off your tank. MDL in Madison is open every morning at 5. Make sure to like MDL on Facebook to see more cheap prices every day, because discount is their middle name. MDL is where customers always go.
You love MDL. You love MDL. You love MDL.
Stop by the Dairy Queen in Madison and try one of their signature stack burgers. And don't forget the Blizzard of the Month. This is Jammin' Country 103 KJAM Madison.
4th and goal for the Warriors. Ball on the 1-yard line. Javante Harper lined up in the shotgun. 13 seconds should be 13 seconds on the clock. Trojans lead 13-0, but their backs are against the wall. 13 seconds away from halftime. Siam Molizi lined up behind Harper. Harper just going to take direct to snap himself. He lowers his shoulder, tries getting in there, and he's stopped! He's short! The Trojans' defense holds. It looks like they're going to prevent any sort of score here in the first half, going into halftime, shutting out the Warriors. It's going to be 1st and 10 now. Just run. They're pretty much just going to have to, run this ball forward, let the clock run out. Don't get tackled for a loss. It's going to be 1st and 10, about the 2. About the 1 or 2 yard line. Brooks just going to have to get out of his own end zone. As Brooks is under center, he's going to get a little bit of help as he pushes forward, and he gets out of his own end zone for about a 3-yard gain. Let that clock run out here in the first half. So the Trojans don't give up the score after the Brooks interception. They go into halftime up 13-0 here in the final game at Trojan Field. We're going to take a 3-minute break. We'll come back with your Wilbur Ellis halftime show here on Jammin' Country 103.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in seed technology, as well as plant protection and nutrition. Wilbur Ellis, located in Chester, South Dakota, providing As-Grow and DeKalb brands, various field applications, and local plot data, can provide you with expert advice for your acres. Grow smart and reduce loss. Let Wilbur Ellis address your challenges. Contact your Wilbur Ellis representative at 489-2171. At Wilbur Ellis, they never stop looking ahead.
At Cenex, we're more than your gas station. We're your neighbor. We've got soup when you're under the weather and treats when you're over the moon. We've got fuel when you've got places to go. And most of all, we've got a big heart when it comes to supporting this community, because it's our community too.
F&M Co-op Oil is a proud supporter of our community activities. For service for your vehicle, fuel, propane, and premium Cenex lubricants, see the professionals at F&M Co-op Oil. Plus, they're your tire headquarters, from the smallest cars to the biggest tractors. F&M Co-op Oil, West Highway 34 in Madison.
When you're hungry for a quick bite to eat or your favorite ice cream treat, the place to go is the Dairy Queen in Madison. Try one of the signature snack burgers, chicken strips, or the rotisserie-style chicken bites in a salad bowl or basket with fries. And don't forget to grab your favorite Blizzard. If you haven't tried the DQ app yet, you are missing out. You can save time and skip the line by ordering ahead, and your order will be ready when you get there. Plus, get exclusive deals and earn reward points, all from your smartphone with the DQ app. Good luck to the Trojans from the Dairy Queen in Madison.
First Interstate Bank in Madison has a mission to help you and your money work better together. A vision to help you every day with your money goals and values people first, while also seeking greatness, integrity, celebrating success, and a commitment to the community. First Interstate Bank in Madison has many personal banking options for you to choose from, including checking and savings accounts, home, auto, or construction loans, plus wealth management services and business accounts. See how they can help you today by visiting firstinterstatebank.com.
Trust the licensed, insured, and guaranteed service of Bob's Electric in Madison. No matter if it's new or existing service upgrades, things like lighting, fixtures, and ceiling fans in farm, commercial, or residential areas, Bob's Electric can handle your electrical needs. They also offer 24-hour electrical emergency service. Bob's Electric serves Howard, Canova, Madison, and surrounding areas. Call 1-800-475-3006 and talk to your friends at Bob's Electric, serving Southeast South Dakota.
Buying a home is one of the largest investments many people will make in their lifetime. Weber Abstract will make your investment secure. Hi, I'm Kelly with Weber Abstract. For over 70 years, we have helped so many wonderful people build their trust in our services. We strive to continue that tradition for another 70 years. Call 256-4640 to speak with one of our local and knowledgeable staff that serves all of Lake County. You can also visit our website at weberabstract.com. Weber Abstract, why go anywhere else?
Welcome into the Wilbur Ellis Halftime Show, brought to you by Wilbur Ellis in Chester. Contact your local field experts today to help you grow smart, increase productivity, and reduce loss. Wilbur Ellis, where they never stop looking ahead. We are joined by Miles Beacom here in the Wilbur Ellis Halftime Show. Miles, what a game it's been so far, honestly.
It's been a great game, and we started off well, and we had that goal line stand at the end of the first half, which
that's
was just
huge.
Incredible.
Absolutely huge to get that goal line stand. I mean, you almost lost momentum heading into halftime, but you were able to regain it there.
Yeah, great team effort there, and a lot of momentum going into halftime for the Trojans.
So obviously what brings you here is it's the final game at Trojan Field. What are some of the emotions that you have behind that?
I tell you, the history of Trojan Field and both the football field and the track has been just incredible. And you look back when I was there, it was the last undefeated season we had, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot of undefeated seasons with the new field, but just the history and the memories, and that's the tough thing, but the memories will stay with us, and we'll be able to make a lot of new memories on the new field as well.
Absolutely. So what are some of those, what's the first memory that comes to mind for you?
Well, I was listening to Athletic Director Jeff Dittman talk with Mark early in the week on the radio, and Mark was saying that he was here for the homecoming game in 1980, 81, right in that time frame. I go, in 1980 for the fall, I got to bring out the game football, and I'm going, that was pretty cool back then to be able to do. And again, so many friends from the football team and the track teams and basketball teams, just all the sports. And Dakota State's always been a really close community, and that's one of the reasons I did not go to a large school. I wanted to go to a small school where everyone got along good and they were all good friends, and that's exactly what happened here at Dakota State.
And with being an alumni, I mean, how big is it to have these new facilities coming here?
Oh, it's going to be huge. When my son, when he was looking at where to play in college, I said, please come up to Dakota State, just check it out. And he goes, I really don't want to because you went there. And I go, come on, you got to come up here. Get out, and I'll get you and a friend out of school for a day. We'll go up to Dakota State, and he came up here and he just loved everything. I go, what's the best part? And he goes, that's a gorgeous campus.
It really is.
That's amazing, the campus. I go, what was the worst part? And he goes, the grass field. We haven't played on a grass football field since junior high.
Oh,
and I go,
come
are
on.
you kidding me? I said, are you kidding me? He goes, no. And I'm thinking about it, in Sioux Falls, there are no, all the high schools
really aren't.
Yeah, they all have turf that they play on. And now we're going to have that here at Dakota State, which we should have.
Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I played on grass fields all throughout high school. I got a special place in my heart for them, but like turf is so nice. It really is. And I mean, how old's your son?
He is 22.
Okay. Did he end up coming here?
Yeah, he came and played for 1 semester here.
So how excited is he to see that? I mean, for him, he's
excited.
Well.
He's just excited for all the youngsters too to be able to come up here, and we're going to have such a beautiful facility here. It's going to be hopefully a great draw for basketball, track, football, for everything, to be able to come up here and play in the facilities that we're going to have here.
I mean, that's probably going to help with like students coming here too. I mean, you already mentioned your son really loved the campus, and one thing that he really didn't like was the grass field. Well, now that's going to be gone, so that's going to help with that's got to help with enrollment and everything too, you would think.
Oh, it should be a great opportunity for the coaches to really attract some great quality kids to come up here as well.
I'm excited for it. You got anything else to mention while you're up here?
Just sitting here looking over at where the soccer field and the track is going to be. It's amazing, and the football team will be playing on the soccer field next year and on the new stadium field in 2 years, so I can't wait.
I'm excited. I mean, I was talking to Jeff earlier. Sounds like they're going to have like the pits for some of the throwers ready by spring, and then, I mean, you can see that. I mean, just looking north, you see the progress that's coming, and I'm impressed so far.
Yeah, Madison has so many things going, and it's such a community project, and it's so fun to watch everyone working together to make sure that this comes to fruition.
That's one thing. I moved here back earlier at the end of May, and I'm really starting to see like the big community aspect and like how much of the community is involved here, and I'm loving it so far personally.
Oh, and it's great for the high school. It's great for the college. It's great for the whole community of Madison. So.
It's not just the school that gets to benefit. It's like you mentioned, the high school, and it's a community thing that gets to take part and enjoy these new facilities that are coming. Thank you, Miles, for joining us here.
It's been a pleasure.
Wilbur Ellis halftime show. We're going to take a 3-minute break. We'll come back. We'll take a look at how the Trojans got to a 13-0 lead here in 3 minutes on Jammin' Country 103.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in seed technology, as well as plant protection and nutrition. Wilbur Ellis, located in Chester, South Dakota, providing As-Grow and DeKalb brands, various field applications, and local plot data, can provide you with expert advice for your acres. Grow smart and reduce loss. Let Wilbur Ellis address your challenges. Contact your Wilbur Ellis representative at 489-2171. At Wilbur Ellis, they never stop looking ahead.
When looking for flowers for someone, or maybe it's a gift to yourself for your home or office, stop by the Floral Shop in Madison. They can help you choose the right flower arrangement. Tell someone they're amazing, pick out something sweet and simple, or just show your love to that special someone with fresh, beautiful flowers from the Floral Shop in Madison. Visit the Floral Shop in Madison online at floralshopmadison.com to see their fresh flowers for all occasions and other great gift ideas. In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Someone you can call when bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Visit Cundert Williams Insurance in Madison today.
If you love The Office but you don't want to stare at a screen all day, Bud's Cleanup Service in Madison has a perfect job for you. Join the amazing team at Bud's Cleanup Service. They're looking for applicants to work flexible hours in the office and route work. This position is 40 hours per week with overtime available, plus health, vision, life insurance, and PTO. Feel accomplished and work outside with a great family-oriented business. Apply in person at Bud's Cleanup Service, 114 West Center Street, Madison, or email budscleanup@gmail.com.
There's nothing like watching the sun rise over your fields, the smell of hope in the air. At Mustang Seeds, we're ready to help you plan for the next planting season and committed to boosting your yields and increasing your profitability with quality seed genetics customized to your farm ground and your way of farming. Lock in preseason cash discounts, rewards, and competitive pricing by contacting your local Mustang DSM or dealer. Mustang Seeds. Plant with pride.
Heartland Energy is your hometown power provider, delivering affordable and reliable energy and services to the city of Madison and surrounding areas. Heartland offers a number of programs to help their customers grow and thrive and wants to be your trusted partner if you're looking to expand your business or if you're in need of low-interest financing. Call Heartland Energy today to explore your options at 605-256-6536. Delivering power with a purpose, Heartland Energy is dedicated to delivering reliable energy and services to the city of Madison.
Welcome back to the Wilbur Ellis halftime show. The Trojans lead 13-0 over Waldorf, and it's been kind of what you would expect for a cold game. Relies on the defense, relies on the special teams and field position, and the Trojans have been winning that battle so far and taking advantage of it. I mean, really, the only miscue so far from the Trojans has been the interception thrown by Brooks that was returned to almost a goal line. And the Warriors almost had a chance to punch it in, head into halftime. In games like this, actually, football is such a momentum game where you could be the better team, but the other team has all the momentum. That other team could very well win. And right now, Dakota State has that momentum. They almost lost it with that interception. Had Waldorf scored on the goal line, they probably would have lost that momentum. And who knows how that could have, backfired. And what would have happened from there to start the second half. Now, that defense of the Trojans stops them on 4th and goal, allowing no points here in the first half. And now, just like that, the Trojans have regained their momentum, and they will get the ball to start the second half. Brooks, so far today, it's like what he's done for most of the season. He's getting it done with his legs. He is 11 rushes, 51 yards. He's averaging 4.6 yards a carry. That's ideal. Gavin Holland's got 9 rushes for 17 yards. Dylan Johnson, 2 rushes for -2. Zach Brooks, 2 for 8 passing, 56 yards and an interception. A couple of them were close to being caught, and then a couple of them were almost close to being picked off, and one was picked off. And it almost cost the Trojans big time. So, we've only had 4 completed total passes in this game today. TJ Owens, the starting quarterback for Waldorf, 1 for 2, 3 yards. Sam Christensen didn't get his first completion until about late into the second quarter. He's 1 for 7 for 6 yards. The lead guy so far offensively is Tay Buchanan, the running back for Waldorf. He's got 12 rushes for 49 yards. He's averaging 4 yards a pop. It's a lot of ground and pound, running out the clock. And going from there, I mean, Trojans get the ball to start the second half. If they can continue to rely on the momentum that they've gained, they've won field position. They've almost had a couple blocked punts. They've been able to pin Waldorf back, which is when they punt it away, because the Trojans are forcing 3 and outs as well, which is huge. When they force with 3 and outs, they punt off the ball, setting the Trojans up in field position. That's really what's worked. They have 1 touchdown and 2 field goals off of it. We'll see how the rest of the second half turns out. Right now, if you're a Trojan fan, like many of you are listening, this is ideal. This is a team that they don't typically put up a lot of numbers offensively. They're not going to put up a lot of points. They're just not a team. They are a ground and pound team. And in a game like this, where weather is a factor, it's cold. The rock or the ball is going to start feeling like a legitimate rock. That plays right into Dakota State's hands. Where Waldorf, they are a little bit more pass-heavy. They will try spreading you out a little bit, and that part of their game's been taken. Actually, their entire offense has really been taken away from them so far. And that's how Dakota State's won this one. Field position, defense, special teams, allowing the Trojans' offense to be set up in good spots. And offensively, they haven't been able. There's been a couple times where they've had to settle for field goals, but right now, you're up 2 scores. Settling for field goals is fine when you're up 2 scores. Is it perfect? No. But you're not complaining too much. You're up 2 scores, and you get the ball to start the second half with a chance to possibly add to that lead. And that's going to be, total yards. 31 offensive plays for Waldorf. They have 77 total yards. Dakota State, they have 30 offensive plays. One less play, 50 more yards, almost. 122 total yards of offense for Dakota State. They're moving the ball down the field. It's 5:19. This game started an hour ago, and we are almost through halftime. They're turning out the clock. This is exactly the type of game Dakota State wants to play, and it's working out for them. Let's take another 3-minute break. We'll come back. Actually, you know what? No, we'll stay on. We'll look at some other scores from across college football before we take a break to finish up the half. So, other scores from college football today. Ohio State, number 2 ranked Ohio State, they beat Indiana 56-14. Let's stick with some other top 25 scores. Michigan, they're currently up 24-30 over Nebraska early in the fourth quarter. Alabama, Ole Miss tied at 24 apiece at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Wouldn't it be something if Alabama has a field rush against them 3 times this year? They've lost to Tennessee, had the field rush against them. Lost to LSU last week, had the field rush against them, and this week they're at Ole Miss. Currently tied 24-24. And Alabama is no longer in contention for the SEC championship game. They are currently out. They cannot make it now. So, if you're a Alabama hater like myself, that works out. Clemson up 24-10 over Louisville. Early in the fourth, at the end of 3, Maryland's down to Penn State 30-0. NC State up 20-14 early in the fourth. UCF over Tulane 31-17 at the end of 3. And then Tennessee won 66-24 over Missouri. LSU, a little bit of a hangover seemed like from their victory over Alabama, 13-10 over Arkansas. Navy 35-22 over Notre Dame over Navy. Purdue beat Illinois 31-24, and then Vanderbilt over Kentucky 24-21. Looking at the football. Here we go. Trying to find the score right now for some of these other games in the North Star Conference and in our area. So, it looks like St. Thomas More, at Thomas More, 43 over Cumberlands. As I continue to scroll, Briarcliff is down. Briarcliff lost to Doane 28-14. Dort beat Midland 17-8. Valley City State and Mayville State went into that was a hard-fought game. A lot of offensive scoring, 48-40. Valley City State won that one. And continuing to scroll and look. Dickinson State, holy wow. 73-16 over Presentation. Dickinson State is, wow. And of course here in Trojan Field, 13-0. The Dakota State Trojans lead here over Waldorf in the final game at Trojan Field. Let's take a final break here, and that's been your Wilbur Ellis halftime show. Wilbur Ellis, specializing in dry and liquid fertilizers, DeKalb and Astro seeds, and custom application of fertilizers. Contact them today at 489-2171. Wilbur Ellis, where they never stop looking ahead. Let's take a 90-second break. We'll be back in 1 minute and 30 seconds, 90 total seconds. We'll be back here with the start of the second half on Jammin' Country 103.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in seed technology, as well as plant protection and nutrition. Wilbur Ellis, located in Chester, South Dakota, providing As-Grow and DeKalb brands, various field applications, and local plot data, can provide you with expert advice for your acres. Grow smart and reduce loss. Let Wilbur Ellis address your challenges. Contact your Wilbur Ellis representative at 489-2171. At Wilbur Ellis, they never stop looking ahead.
You've worked hard to get to this moment. Practicing, learning, preparing, living. And what matters now is what you do in this moment. On the court, mat, field, rink, or pool. And we're all here cheering you on while you make memories with your friends. You are persistent and we are here for you. No matter the time, place, or season. Your community, your future, our focus. That's Kibble Equipment.
Bank West in Madison knows what it takes to build a strong team. This is Tom Kaler, and for more than 130 years, we have earned long-term customer relationships by helping our customers and communities succeed. We pride ourselves in adapting to customer needs and providing top-notch customer service. Whether you prefer banking online, on your phone, or in person, we're here to help. Bank West in Madison is convenient, connected, committed, and proud supporters of area sports. Go Trojans. Member FDIC.
Moments away from getting the second half kicked off here in Trojan Field. It is getting darker and it's about to get colder. Currently still about 19 degrees. And with the sun officially gone down, this is one of those games where you got to think it's going to be one of those running the clock out to finish off the second half. It's going to be the first time Waldorf's kicked off today. And that one gets kicked deep. And Skogerbo fields it at the 20, runs it up to about the 30, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 35. Good field position there for the Trojans to start the drive. And if they get a score here to start the second half, they're up 13-0. A score here would be huge. Especially if they score it the way they want to. They're going to want to run out this clock as much as possible. Continue to win time of possession. If they continue to do that and add to the scoreboard, that puts them in a really good spot. First and 10, two receivers left. Holland in out running back. Brooks hands it up to Holland up the middle, who's got a little bit of space. He stumbles before getting back up on his feet. He's going to be hit after about 2 or 3 yards. Going to be a gain of about 2 maybe. Second down and 8. Actually, both teams had fairly similar time of possession in that first half. Dakota State was 15 minutes, 13 seconds, and Waldorf 14 minutes, 44 seconds, or 47 seconds. And the handoff again up the middle is to Holland, who bounces it right, trying to find a lane back inside. Gets past the 40, and it's going to be third down and medium. So about third and about 4. It looks like for the Trojans now. Making a couple changes. Looks like Darian Conrad and Michael Hyberson are going to be the receiver split out to each side now. Holland's still on that running back. He's on the right hip of Brooks. Brooks takes the shotgun snap, hands it off left. No, Brooks is going to keep himself. He's going to lower the shoulder. He's going to fall forward, and that's going to be enough for the first down. That's going to be a DSU first down there. That's exactly how they want to do it. They just continue running, get those first downs, eventually end up in the end zone. They don't have to be big plays right now. They come out with 2 receivers left. Dylan Johnson in at running back. He's lined up behind Brooks. And a little confusion as Brooks does a complete 360, spinning around before he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Tackle for loss. Johnson, he ran to the left side of Brooks, and Brooks was expecting to hand it off to the right side. Loss of about 3. Going to be about second down and 13 now. Ball on their own 42. About their own 43, actually. 3 receivers now left, 1 right. Holland back in at running back behind Brooks. Brooks takes the snap. He looks left and draw. He's going to run it up the middle himself, trying to follow a blocker. And he's not easy to bring down. He does eventually get brought down after about 2 yards. Going to be third and 11. Third and 11. Ball on their own 45. They need to get to the Waldorf 44 for a first down. 3 receivers left. Actually, no, it's 2 receivers left and a tight end to each side. And Cooper McDermott motions from the left to the right. They're going to dump it off to McDermott out on the flat, who's trying to find some blockers out there. Nowhere to really go. Does get up to the original first down marker. Going to be third down, and actually fourth down and about 10. So about fourth down and 10. And the Trojans are going to have to punt it. Noah Kawarki's definitely a punter that you don't mind having. He had a nice punt earlier today that pinned Waldorf deep inside their own 10. His directional punting is awesome. It's phenomenal. One of the best players here for Dakota State this season has been the punter. Nice snap. Gets the punt off. High punt. That one's going to drop out about the 20. Rolls to about the 16-yard line, where the Waldorf offense will take over. First and 10. So first and 10, Waldorf at the 16-yard line or so. The last time the Trojans defense was out there, they had a huge 4th and goal stop that prevented the Warriors from scoring any points in that first half. And that was after the Zach Brooks interception that he threw. Defense has been stellar so far today. They're not giving up much. As we get ready for the first defensive series for the Trojans here this evening in the second half. And the handoff up the middle is going to be Buchanan, who bounces off one tackle, and he's going to be brought down at about the 20. Looked like J.J. Beck was able to bring him down after Buchanan was able to spin off one tackler. Does get about 4 yards on the carry. He was averaging about 4 yards a carry in that first half. Now Molise coming in at running back. He's going to be on the left hip. Nope. Of Christensen, who's still in there at quarterback. Two receivers stacked up on top of one another, split to each side. And the handoff up the middle is going to be Molise, who runs up with a full steam ahead to the 30. That's enough for the Warrior first down. Shot out like a rocket out of a cannon. Going to be first and 10 for the Warriors at about the 30. Same formation, two receivers stacked up on top of one another on each side. Molise still in that running back behind Buchanan. And the handoff is up the middle to Buchanan, who's going to be hit, brought down immediately. Looked like Devontae Murphy brought him down. And he did. Tackle for loss there by Devontae Murphy, one of the big boys defensively, along that really strong defensive front, led by him and Cody Brown. Second down and about 10 now. Two receivers again stacked up on top of one another. Molise now on the left hip of Buchanan. And they're going to motion Molise out left. And Buchanan looking in his direction. He's rolling out left. And he's just going to keep it himself, run out of bounds. I don't know if he gained anything on that one. So it's going to be third down and 10. Third down and 10 now at the 30. The Trojans defense can get off the field with a stop here. Three receivers split right, one left. Molise still in that running back. He's on the right hip of Buchanan. Buchanan scanning the field. He motions Molise out of the backfield right, leaving Buchanan back there by himself. Buchanan takes a snap. He's being flushed out of the pocket, rolling right, keeping his eyes downfield. He's got a man open along the Waldorf sideline and is caught. Spin move, breaks off one tackle before being brought down inside Trojan territory about the Trojan 45. That's number 13, Malik Adams on the catch and run. No, that was actually Mike Mouton, number 3. The receive there. So that's a first down and 10 for the Warriors inside Trojan territory. This might be one of the first, nope. Besides that goal line stand, this might be one of the first times today that the Warriors' offense has been inside Trojan territory. They have not been in this area of the field very often. Two receivers stacked on top of one another. Malizi still in there at running back. No, it's going to be Buchanan who takes a snap or the handoff, and he's going to be runs into a pile of Trojan players. Gets past the 40 to about the 38, 39 yard line. So Tay Buchanan gets about 5 or 6. Could be about second down and about 4. And these are the type of drives that both teams are going to be looking to have here in the first half. This one's running a lot of clock, gaining a couple yards every play. They're getting a few yards. This one, they're going to dump it out of the backfield to the receiver off the screen who gets pushed out of bounds. I think that was enough for the Warrior first down. Seth Oakes, the receiver, and that does move the chains. 1st and 10. Devontae Murphy coming back out on the field for the Trojans defensive front. 1st and 10 from the Trojan 33 for Waldorf. One receiver split to each side. Buchanan in at running back. He's on the left hip of... Buchanan takes his handoff, and he's going to be rocked. It looked like J.J. Beck brought him down. Mason Lloyd also in there on the tackle. Doesn't get anywhere. It's going to be second down and 10. Three receivers left, one right. Christensen trying to scan the field, get his offense ready for this next play. Louisiana running back, he's on the left hip of Christensen. Christensen takes a shotgun snap. He's looking left, trying to scan the field. He's feeling a pressure, and he gets leveled. Barely gets rid of it in time. Gustavo Bonilla able to apply the pressure off the edge. Incomplete pass forces 3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10. That's one thing the Trojans have been able to do very often is get in the pressure and get in the face of these quarterbacks here tonight. Been mostly Christensen throughout the game as TJ Owens was taken out early. And Christensen takes a shotgun snap. He's got some time back there. He dumps it off to Molizi, who bobbles it and almost picked off the ricochet. Now it's going to be 4th down and 10 for the Warriors. See what Coach Finley decides to do. 4th and 10 inside Trojan territory at the Trojan 33. Looks like Coach Finley of the Warriors is going to keep the offense out there to go for it here on 4th down. In the first half, the Warriors were 0 for 2 on 4th down, including that 4th down stop by the Trojans on the goal line. Here's 4th and 10. Two receivers split to each side. Malizi and that running back. They're going to motion a man from the right side to the left. Christensen takes a snap. He's looking left, and he wants to throw it. He's got time. He throws it over the middle. He's got a man at the 25, and that's going to be Welsh. That's going to be a few yards short of the line to gain. That's going to be another defensive stand by the Trojans on 4th down. Sam Huntley was able to catch it, but it was not enough for the first down. A couple yards short, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 now for the Trojans. With 5:39 left, they take over, still up 13-0 here on that Farmers Ag scoreboard. 1st and 10. It's going to be about 25-yard line where the DSU offense is going to take over. And again, they can just continue running their offense, just run the ball a little bit. Two receivers left, one right. Holland appears to be the back in there next to Brooks. Brooks takes the shotgun snap and halfback draw, and he's got space. He's got no one near him at the 50. Nothing but green grass ahead, 30. He might be chased down 20 inside the 15. He was hawked down by McCoy Yeakel. That sets him up with 1st and 10 inside the K-side red zone. Excuse me. equipment that's both power and efficiency, available only in red at your Case IH dealer, Lake County International. Holland broke a huge first down run loose. And now it's first down and 10 inside the 15 and about the 12 is where they're going to spot it. It looks like Dylan Johnson's in at running back to give Holland a little breather after that big run. Two receivers lined up tight on the left side. They're going to hand it outside to Johnson left, who runs into the next level of defenders at the linebacker spots. Gets maybe about 3 yards on the carry. Second down, about 7. Now Holland's going to come back in. For the second down play. Two receivers and a tight end lined up on the right side. Tight end lined in tight left. Holland in the shotgun. They're going to motion the tight end from the right side of the left. And they're going to hand it up the middle to... No! Play action fake. And oh! In and out of the hands of his intended target, Nathan Cook. He had Cook coming across the line on off the play action. Cook just unable to bring it down. So now it's going to be third down and 7 with 4:18 still left here in the third quarter on the Farmers X scoreboard. Right now, just don't lose any yards. You're in a spot where you have a good field goal kicker. Don't lose any yards. They motion Deshaun Keel from the left side to the right. And Brooks just keeping himself left. And he's going to try falling forward. Doesn't get enough for the first down, but does get a couple yards to set him up at about the 10-yard line. Puts him inside the 10, setting them up with another about 27-yard field goal attempt for Noah Kawarki. He's hit 2 from 27 so far already today. And this one will be from about the 10-yard line. So it will be another 27-yarder for Kawarki. And we're awaiting the snap. Snap's good, clean, laces out, kicks up. And it's no good. What? Oh, man, I thought he had that. So Kawarki now 2 for 3 on field goals from 27 yards today. Trojans unable to add to the scoreboard, but still 3:30 left here in the third quarter. Trojans still leading 13-0. And the Warriors are going to take over offensively from their own 20-yard line. That last drive for them was their best drive so far this evening. They were able to get a couple big runs, some nice catches, unable to get the fourth down conversion, though, as their drive eventually came to a halt. They're going to be looking to potentially add or continue to use that momentum they had. They have 3 receivers stacked up on top of one another on the left side. One receiver split out right, Malizi in at running back. And Christensen takes a snap. He throws it deep right, and his receiver comes back for it, and I think he caught it at the 50, and he did. It's number 13, Malik Adams on the catch, who's working against Blake Durant. And Adams just barely turned around in front of Duran to be able to catch that one. First and 10 for about a 25, 30-yard gain. Same formation. They hand it up the middle to Molizi this time. Spins off the first line of defense before being brought down after a gain of only about 1. That's Gustavo Bonilla, the one to bring him down. Going to be about second down and 9 now for the Warriors. Second down and 9. Looks like 3 receivers are going to be split right, 1 left. Molizi still in at running back. He's going to be lined up. I believe he's going to be on the right hip of Christensen. Warriors are moving from our right to the left as we are looking at it now. Christensen takes the shotgun snap. He's looking right, uncorks it, and he dumps out of the backfield. Has it caught, but gets up maybe only about 4 yards on the play. It's about the 45. Inside Trojan territory now at the Trojan 45. Another big third down here. Could be third down in about 4. About 3rd and 4 now. 3 receivers stacked right. 1 receiver split left. Leasy and out running back behind Christensen. And it looks like Trojans are just going to drop everyone in coverage. And Malizi runs up with the full steam, and he gets enough for the first down. That's enough for the first down. At about the 40-yard lines where they're going to spot it. So now a couple defensive changes are being made for the Trojans. Gustavo Bonilla is coming out. And in his spot, Cooper Maris is going to get a couple snaps now. 3 receivers stacked on top of each other right. 1 split left. Christensen in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He looks right. Has some time. He dumps off to the screen. And he's going to be hit immediately by Max Sonny. Was caught there by Seth Oakes. Off that screen pass along the Warriors sideline. But nowhere to really go. So about 2nd down and 10 now with under a minute 10 left here in the 3rd quarter on the Farmers Act scoreboard. Three receiver split left, 1 right. They're going to motion Buchanan out of the backfield to the right side. Christensen takes a snap. He dumps over the middle. It's got a man who breaks off 1 tackle before falling down. Was caught there by Malik Adams, who just fell once he got past the 35-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and another 3rd down here. This one's about 3rd and 5. At about the 34-yard line. And there's like 2 seconds that separate the game clock and the play clock right now. About 15 seconds left on the game clock here in the 3rd quarter. 10 seconds on the play clock. Christensen alone in the shotgun. He's end empty. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Christensen takes a shotgun snap. He's looking right. He's got some time back there, and he throws it low. Malik Adams was the intended target, but it was just below his hands. Unable to reel it in. So now another 4th down on the way. With 1 second left, clock stopped here in the 3rd quarter. So we're going to get this 4th down play before we flip sides of the field. 4th and 4 now for the Warriors. Down 13-0 with 1 second here in the 3rd quarter. They motion a man from the left side to the right side, and they're going to try dumping it off to him. Christensen throws it deep right, though, and that one's almost picked off. Blake Duran almost had it, unable to bring it down. It is going to be a turnover on downs. And that is the end of 3. 13-0 is still the score. Trojans lead, and they take over the ball. They'll be set up with 1st and 10 when we come back in 1 minute with the start of the 4th quarter here on Jammin' Country 103.
Trust the licensed, insured, and guaranteed service of Bob's Electric in Madison. No matter if it's new or existing service upgrades, things like lighting, fixtures, and ceiling fans in farm, commercial, or residential areas, Bob's Electric can handle your electrical needs. They also offer 24-hour electrical emergency service. Bob's Electric serves Howard, Canova, Madison, and surrounding areas. Call 1-800-475-3006 and talk to your friends at Bob's Electric, serving Southeast South Dakota.
MDL Madison has all your beverage needs. Pull up to the drive-thru window where you're always greeted with a smile. MDL has a large selection of fountain, bottle, and canned beverages, plus snacks, convenience store items, and gas pumps to top off your tank. MDL in Madison is open every morning at 5. Make sure to like MDL on Facebook to see more cheap prices every day, because discount is their middle name. MDL is where customers always go.
You love MDL. You love MDL. You love MDL.
Welcome into the start of the 4th quarter. Zach Brooks just took a run on 1st down and got about 11 yards for the 1st down carry. Moving the chains. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Trojans now at the 46. Welcome back into the Madison Discount Liquor broadcast booth for the beginning of the 4th quarter here between the Dakota State Trojans and the Waldorf Warriors. Trojans lead 13-0. 1 receiver split to each side. Actually, no, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Doesn't matter. Handoff is up the middle to Gavin Holland, who gets a little bit of a push forward. And he's going to get about 5 or 6 yards on the carry. Nice first down run there by Holland. Back-to-back nice first down runs for the Trojans on this drive to start this quarter. They have a good chance, or opportunity rather, to really add to their lead and really start putting their stamp on this game. 2 receivers going to be split left, 1 right. Holland in the shot, or behind Brooks in the shotgun. Their hand up is going to be up the middle to Holland, who has a little bit of space right, and he's got the corner, and he gets enough for the first down and then some. Gets about 10 yards on the carry. That's going to move the chains. Enough for another Trojan first down. 2 big runs for Dakota State on this drive by Holland himself, and then Brooks had a nice first down run as well. 1st and 10 now for Dakota State from the Waldorf 35. And they can really just start running out this clock. They are in good field position now. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Holland still not running back behind Brooks. Brooks takes the shotgun snap. He hands it up the middle. And actually, did Brooks keep it himself? I think Holland kept... No, it was Holland. He was just following Brooks. Or Brooks was just following Holland. So about 1 or 2 yards on the carry. Going to be about 2nd down and 9 or 8. 3 receivers left. Dylan Johnson now in at running back. He's lined up in the shotgun, or behind Brooks in the shotgun. Brooks takes a shotgun snap, hands it off. No, play action. Finds Aaron Conrad on the screen. He's got some blockers out there set up by Cooper McDermott and Austin Lake, but the Warriors are saying that put the ball on the ground. Conrad had... No, they're going to say that's still Trojan ball. Conrad is able to follow blockers for about 8 or 9 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. It's going to be 3rd and 1 now for the Trojans. Definitely manageable here with the offense that they run. Johnson in at running back. He's on the right hip of Brooks. They're going to move 2 tight ends from the left side to the right. And, whoa, there's a big defensive player who just knocked Cloud over. It looked like trying to get numbers. Flags are on the play. Looked like Joshua Marks, a freshman left guard, was pushed on his rear end. Now, was it false start on him, or are they going to say defensive false start? They're going to say encroachment. That's a Trojan first down. DeQuinn McCobb just pushed over the left guard Marks. And that's going to move the chains. What better way to get a first down than to get a penalty? I mean, it's the easiest first down you're going to get is when they're because of penalties, right? 2 receivers right. 2 receivers lined in tight left. Johnson still not running back. He's on the right hip of Brooks. Brooks in the shotgun takes a snap, hands up the middle to Johnson. No, play action. And, oh, he just barely gets it off in time. Looked like that was going to be a fumble there. Looked like that was going to be a sack fumble. But Amari Hudson was in the area, able to get that catch and bring it back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. So the 2 important things on that play. No, you didn't get any yardage, but it wasn't turnover, and the clock's still running. That's huge. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Gavin Holland on the left hip of Brooks in the shotgun. Warriors showing blitz. And they do bring a little bit of pressure. Holland gets a carry right, trying to bounce it right. Breaks off 1 tackle, breaks outside before being pushed out of bounds. It gets about 5 yards on the play. Going to be about 3rd down and 5. So 3rd down and 5. Clock still rolling. With under 10:50 left here on the Farmers X scoreboard in this quarter. 2 receivers left. And it looks like Brooks is going to be by himself in the shotgun. It's empty back there. You can see the air coming out of Brooks' mouth. He takes a snap himself. Quarterback draw. He just lowers a shoulder. Continues a power 3. He gets a push from his offensive lineman. And that's enough for the first down and then some. Keep going. And that is... Did he get the push from the offensive lineman in the end zone? That's going to be close. No, that's going to be right on the steps of the goal line, though. Zach Brooks on the quarterback keeper, but he gets a huge push from his offensive lineman. They just carried him inside the 5-yard line. That puts him inside the Case IH red zone. For farm equipment that offers comfort, reliability, and the support you expect, head to the Case IH red zone at Lake County International. Sorry, I got a little excited there. I like when the big boys get involved on big plays like that. One receiver split left. Johnson, the running back behind Brooks. First and goal from the 3. And they're going to hand it up the middle to Johnson, who lowers his shoulder, trying to find a hole and nowhere to go. It's going to be second down and goal now. Obviously, the Trojans could settle for a field goal here, but a field goal still makes it a 2-score game. If they get the touchdown, they go up 3 scores with 9 minutes left. It's 9:20 and counting here on the Farmers Ag scoreboard. Touchdown here. The way that the Trojans defense has been playing, you like those odds. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Holland back in at running back. He's on the left tip of Brooks. Brooks in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Holland. No, Brooks is just going to keep it himself. And he's going to be thrown down at about the 5. McCobb, the defensive lineman in there, the nose guard, brings him down, and now it's third and goal at the 5. I would be surprised if there's some sort of quarterback run, like quarterback power. They like those quarterback powers where Brooks has a lead blocker with his running back more than likely leading the way. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a play call here on third and goal. 5 seconds left on the play clock. And they might have to burn a timeout. 2, 1, and... yeah, Josh Anderson's going to call his first timeout of the half. Let's take a 30-second timeout as well. We'll come back with third and goal here in 30 seconds on Jammin' Country 103.
At Cenex, we're more than your gas station. We're your neighbor. We've got soup when you're under the weather, and treats when you're over the moon. We've got fuel when you've got places to go, and most of all, we've got a big heart when it comes to supporting this community, because it's our community too.
F&M Co-op Oil is a proud supporter of our community activities. For service for your vehicle, fuel, propane, and premium Cenex lubricants, see the professionals at F&M Co-op Oil. Plus, they're your tire headquarters, from the smallest cars to the biggest tractors. F&M Co-op Oil, West Highway 34 in Madison.
Welcome back up here to the Madison Discount Liquor broadcast booth. 8:14 left. Trojans lead 13-0 on that Farmers Ag scoreboard. Third and goal now for the Trojans. Ball on the Waldorf 3-yard line or so. Actually, no, it's about the 5-yard line. A touchdown puts the Trojans up by 3 scores. A field goal in this spot still makes it a 2-score game. So obviously the goal is to get a touchdown here, but if you come away with any sort of points, you're not going to complain. 2 receivers on the left. Holland and out running back behind Brooks in the shotgun. They're going to motion Austin Lake from the left side to the right. Brooks takes a snap. He's going to keep it himself. They're going to pitch it back to Hyberson, who's got his man in the end zone. Oh, just behind him. Cole Siliuson threw it behind Travis Rebstock, the tight end. What a creative play call there. Just an accurate throw. And Cole Siliuson, it looked like he might have had the path for the touchdown, too, if he wanted to take it. So, Trojans are going to attempt the field goal here. About a 22-yarder. About a 22-yard field goal for Kawarki. Kick is up. No, what? They just... bad snap. He just kicked that into the defense, who picked it up, and the defense picked it up. It's going to be Warrior ball. Field goal attempt's no good. So the Warriors are going to take over offensively. Back-to-back field goal misses from Kawarki, who in the first half was 2 for 2. In this half, he's 0 for 2. And I wonder, how much the weather is playing an impact on that special teams. I mean, the ball's probably getting harder. I don't know special teams days, but I don't know if it's harder to kick a ball when it's, harder? If it's more difficult to kick a ball and it's harder? I'd assume so. It's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Warriors inside their own 10-yard line. 3 receivers bunched out right. 1 receiver split left. Looks like Buchanan is the running back on the right hip of Christensen. And they are going to fake the screen. Christensen's got time. He throws it left, and he's got his man. He's caught, and that's going to be enough for the first down. First down, believe that was Huntley, the receiver for Waldorf, who caught that one. Under 8 minutes left here in the the final quarter, fourth quarter. About 7:45 left now. Ball on the 19. 1st and 10, Waldorf. 3 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Christensen in a shotgun. He's alone back there. He takes a snap. He's looking left. He's trying to scan the field. He's being flushed right. And he's feeling the pressure. Flag's coming in. And he's just got to get rid of it. Incomplete pass. We'll see what the flag is. Got a thing and probably holding. The flags are coming in. And he had that much time back there. That was probably some sort of hold. It's an incomplete pass at the moment. Still waiting the official signal. It's holding against the offense, so that's going to push Waldorf back. 10-yard penalty. Going to be 1st and 20. Ball at their own about 10 or 9. So pretty much right back where they started this drive. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Looks like Buchanan is running back in there, and he's going to be motioned out. No, that is Javante Harper. And bad snap. He just falls on it. So Sam Christensen falls on the low snap. It's going to be 2nd down and 20. Loss of a couple. So actually about 2nd down and 23 or so maybe. Whoops. They're saying 2nd and 24. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Christensen in the shotgun. He's got Buchanan back there as his running back on his left hip. Trojans bring a blitz, and Gustavo Bonilla almost has him. Christensen escapes the pressure. He's running right. He's just going to throw it up and he's got his man. He's got his man. It's going to be short of the line to gain, but nice play by Christensen to get it to Malik Adams. Looked like Gustavo Bonilla had him dead to rights. Was unable to bring him down. Going to be 3rd down and 10. Actually 3rd and 9. So still long ways to go. But it is a little bit more manageable now for a 3rd down play for the Warriors. 3 receivers left, 1 right. The back in there is Javante Harper. They're going to motion Harper out of the backfield, leaving Christensen by himself. And Christensen looks in Harper's direction, and they throw it up for... And almost... J.J. Beck on the coverage against Malik Adams, the intended receiver. The ball went up, and it could have been anyone's to grab. It does hit the ground, though. Incomplete pass, 4th and 10. And Waldorf is going to punt it away. Trojans still have a 13-0 lead. It's 5:41. And it looks like they're going to take a timeout on the field. They're taking a timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds as well, as we will take a timeout at KJM. Come back with 4th down for the Warriors here in 30 seconds on Jammin' Country.
When you're hungry for a quick bite to eat or your favorite ice cream treat, the place to go is the Dairy Queen in Madison. Try one of the signature snack burgers, chicken strips, or the rotisserie-style chicken bites in a salad bowl or basket with fries. And don't forget to grab your favorite Blizzard. If you haven't tried the DQ app yet, you are missing out. You can save time and skip the line by ordering ahead, and your order will be ready when you get there. Plus, get exclusive deals and earn reward points, all from your smartphone with the DQ app. Good luck to the Trojans from the Dairy Queen in Madison.
Welcome back, everyone, here in the Madison Discount Liquor broadcast booth. 6:04. Thank you for joining us here at KJM on Jammin' Country 103.1 FM in Madison. Warriors are still sending out the punt unit for this 4th down and 9 play. Maybe some sort of fake. Watch out for. Trojans are playing a safe punt, and that one high. Little shank. That one goes right into the bench. Let's see where they mark it out. That doesn't get much distance. Where are they going to spot that? It looks like they're spotting it along the 35-yard line. They're going to mark that at the 36-yard line. Nope, 35. Where the Trojans will take over, and with 5:35 left, they really have an opportunity to just run out this clock. This is actually a very similar situation, or very similar game to the Iowa Wesleyan game 2 weeks ago. They took a 12-0 lead into halftime, wasn't unable to score much offensively, and the defense just made a couple big stands. 1st down and 10. Austin Lake motioning from the left side of the right, and keeper for Brooks, who's going to be brought down. I don't know if he got back to the line of scrimmage or not. Looked like Austin Erdman and Gunnar Powell were the two defensive players in there for Warriors, and that's going to be a loss of about 1. So 2nd down and 11 now. But again, I mean, clock's running with 5:12 still left and counting. 3 receivers right, and then Gavin Holland on the right hip of Brooks as well. Brooks going to put Holland on his left hip now. He takes a shotgun snap, and Brooks is going to keep himself running up the middle. And he's got some space. He's going to be short of the 30. Gets about 6 yards there. Oh, they're going to bring him down. Or they're going to say he was down sooner than I thought. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Got 4 yards on the carry. Under 4:30. Left here on the Farmers Act scoreboard. 2 receivers split to each side. Kevin Holland lined up behind Brooks in the shotgun. Brooks takes the shotgun snap, and he's going to hand it off to Holland. No, play action fake. And they're going to dump it off to Lake after the play action, and nowhere to go. There is a flag down at where Brooks fell. He was hit, maybe roughing the passer. Looks like there is a penalty. There's a flag on the field. Morgan Dostal was in the area of the flag for the Warriors. At the moment, it's still short of the line to gain. Austin Lake wasn't able to. I mean, he might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage on that play. Personal foul, roughing the passer against the defense, so that will be an automatic 1st down. A couple of big penalties here have worked in the Trojans' favor in some critical spots throughout this game. It's now a little over 4 minutes left. The Trojans have a new set of downs. Inside the K-Side red zone. For farm equipment that offers comfort, reliability, and the support you expect, head to the K-Side red zone at Lake County International Madison. 1 receiver split to each side. Dylan Johnson, the back, on the right hip of Brooks. Brooks on the shotgun. And he's just watching the play clock. He's going to let it wind down as far as he can. And he hands it up the middle. No, he keeps it himself. And he's trying to avoid the tackler there, and nowhere to really go. Looked like the Quinn McCobb was there to bring him down. 3.5. Now left. And the Warriors not using their timeouts yet, as the Trojans are up 13-0, a little over 3 minutes left. 2 receivers left, 1 right for the 2nd down and 10. Brooks in the shotgun. He's got Holland back there right behind him. And the handoff is going to be up the middle to Holland, or it was Brooks. It's one of the 2 guys got it. Nope, it was Holland that got the rock there. That probably feels like a rock too. And after the play, flags were flown. Some sort of late extracurricular from somebody. Flag on the play after the Holland carry. It's going to be about 3rd down and 5 before the flag. Ref is getting ready to make his call. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the BSU. So that, I mean, the Trojans will keep the ball. It's going to push them back even further. It's going to be 2nd down and long. What was 3rd down and 5? Oh, no, it's the loss of downs. Going to be about 21 yards to go here for 3rd down. Clock still rolling with about 2.5 left on the Farmers Ag scoreboard. Brooks in the shotgun, 2 receivers split to each side. They motion Austin Lake from the right to the left now. There's 3 receivers on that left side. Brooks, halfback draw, and he's giving it off to Holland, who makes one guy miss. He's going to be brought down. It's going to be well short of the line to gain. Puts him at about the 20-yard line. So now 4th down. 4th and 15. Let's see what Coach Anderson decides to do. I mean, it's 4th down. Clock's running. It's 2 minutes left. 20 seconds left on the play clock now. Probably just going to let this run down, call a timeout. Probably. 3 receivers currently lined up left, 1 right. See if they actually do run a play. There's 5 seconds now left on the play clock. Holland on the left hip of Brooks. And Coach Anderson does call a timeout. Coach Anderson calls a timeout with 1:40 left. They're up 13-0 here with 1:40 left on that Farmers Ag scoreboard. 4th and 15 will be on the way after this 30-second break here on Jammin' Country 103.
First Interstate Bank in Madison has a mission to help you and your money work better together. A vision to help you every day with your money goals and values people first while also seeking greatness, integrity, celebrating success, and a commitment to the community. First Interstate Bank in Madison has many personal banking options for you to choose from, including checking and savings accounts, home, auto, or construction loans, plus wealth management services and business accounts. See how they can help you today by visiting firstinterstatebank.com.
Stop by the Dairy Queen in Madison and try one of their signature stack burgers. And don't forget the blizzard of the month. This is Jammin' Country, 103 KJAM Madison.
Welcome back up here in the Madison Discount Liquor broadcast booth. 1:40 left. The Trojans holding on to a 13-0 lead. They're set up with 4th down and 15 at the Waldorf 20-yard line. They're still in a timeout. I wonder if they're just going to send Kawarki out there to try extending the lead. Or are they going to send the offense out there? They are just going to send the offense out there to go for it here on 4th and long. Offense going out there for 4th and 15. I mean, you trust your defense to not give up 2 scores in a matter of 1 minute and 30 seconds. Plus, you can probably run a couple more seconds off the clock depending on how this play goes. I don't hate it. Plus, it is a little bit further for a field goal, especially if Kawarki's already missed 2 from inside 30. Brooks takes a shotgun snap. He's going to quarterback draw, keep it himself, finds a lane outside, bouncing it right, and he's just going to slide. Well short of the first down, about 10 yards short, but he's going to fall, not risking injury. So the Warriors are going to take over with $1:31 left here on the Farmers Ag scoreboard. And flags flown after the play. There's another flag out there on the field. We'll see what this one is. Trojans defense is currently out on the field. And it looks like he's just going to pick it up. Another personal foul penalty. It looked like another personal foul penalty against DSU. So that is going to give the Warriors 1st and 10 in decent field position to start this drive at the 33 or 34. 1st and 10 at the 33. 3 receivers left, 1 right. For Christensen and the Warriors offense. And Christensen takes a snap. He's looking, and he's being flushed. He's feeling the pressure. He throws it up, and that one is picked off. Picked off at the 50, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Jay Skogerbo with the interception. Jay Skogerbo with the interception to pretty much seal it here for the Trojans. Remnants of 2 weeks ago for DSU where Jay Skogerbo had the game-sealing interception against Iowa Wesleyan. And that should be the game-sealing interception this game, as they're still bickering between the two teams along the DSU sideline. Devontae Murphy just hit the gritty on his way off the field. These Trojans are feeling it. In the final game at Trojan Field, they are feeling it now. 1:20 left on the Farmers X scoreboard. The Trojans with a 13-0 lead. And looks like Anderson wants to call a timeout, figure out how they're going to run this offensive series. They're taking a timeout. Let's take a 30-second timeout as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the start of this more than likely going to be the final drive for the Trojans here on Trojan Field. We'll be back in 30 on Jammin' Country.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in seed technology, as well as plant protection and nutrition. Wilbur Ellis, located in Chester, South Dakota, providing As-Grow and DeKalb brands, various field applications, and local plot data, can provide you with expert advice for your acres. Grow smart and reduce loss. Let Wilbur Ellis address your challenges. Contact your Wilbur Ellis representative at 489-2171. At Wilbur Ellis, they never stop looking ahead.
What's more than likely going to be the final drive for the Trojans at Trojan Field is currently about to get underway. 1:20 left here in the fourth quarter on the Farmers X scoreboard. Trojans up 13-0. They're set up with 1st down and 10 on the Warrior 40-yard line after the Jay Skogerbo interception. And looks like you can pretty much just run out this clock. Holland in at running back. He's on the right hip of Brooks. 2 receivers lined in tight at the formation. On the right side, Brooks going to keep it himself, running behind Holland on the power. And he's just going to continue pushing forward. He's getting some help towards the Warrior sideline. He gets at least 5 there. Brooks with the carry. And that stopped the clock. It might have stopped the clock. Or did Coach Finley call a timeout? I think Finley called a timeout. Yeah, Coach Finley called his second timeout. Let's stay on. This has been a dominant defensive game for DSU. Anytime that they could have given up, that they could have, broken down, they've stayed strong. When their offense has been struggling, the defense has been consistent, and that's been kind of the same way all year. This defense has been really good for Dakota State pretty much most of the season. And, they really turned it around after the last game against Waldorf early in the year, where the defense gave up 21 points in the second quarter alone to lose 42-17. And today, they're getting a little bit of revenge for that, as they are now up 13-0 with 1:10 left, ball in their own hands. And victory shall be Dakota State's if they hang on to this lead and don't allow something miraculous to potentially happen. Brooks in the shotgun. He takes a snap. He hands it up the middle to Holland. He's got a little bit of space. He powers forward, finds a little bit of a lane, and that's going to be enough for the Trojan 1st down. And DSU gets the 1st down. Move the chains to the 30-yard line. And Coach Finley going to burn his last time out. Holland he's well over 120 yards now. I mean, before that play, he had 124 yards rushing. Let's see what he's at now. He's at 124 yards on the ground for Holland today. 1 touchdown. Brooks has 86 yards rushing on 22 carries. Holland has 18 carries. Dylan Johnson has 4 rushes, 0 yards. Hasn't been able to get much going offensively for Johnson so far today. But they've reached that threshold that they needed to, that I mentioned in the pregame. I said that in the win the trenches key to victory, they are 5-2 when they rush for 90 or more yards on the ground. They have one running back who's over 120, and their quarterback is 4 yards shy of that 90-yard mark himself. Under 1 minute left here on the Farmers X scoreboard in the final game at Trojan Field. And what a way it will be for the Trojans to go out with a victory over Waldorf. And victory formation. Only going to need a couple kneel downs now to seal the victory. And with 30 seconds left on the play clock, 48 seconds left on the game clock, one more kneel down should do it here at Trojan Field. 2nd down and 10. 1 kneel to go. As the Trojans are just going to wait out the clock and then snap it at the last possible second. And that'll do it. Final snap at Trojan Field is a victory formation snap. 15 seconds and counting. The Trojans end the year on a 3-game winning streak, come back home after 2 straight road wins to beat Waldorf 13-0 in the final game at Trojan Field. They will improve to 6-4 this season, 4-2 in the North Star. And what a year! And at the beginning of the year, they struggled at first. Started the year 1-2, but they've really turned it around since that last game against Waldorf. Since that loss to Waldorf, they really seem to turn it around here in this part of the season, and they get the 13-0 win here in their final game of the season and the final game at Trojan Field. We're going to take a 3-minute break. We will come back in 3 minutes with your post-game show. We'll also be speaking with Coach Anderson. We'll talk to him here in the post-game show in about 3 minutes on Jammin' Country 103.
There's nothing like watching the sun rise over your fields, the smell of hope in the air. At Mustang Seeds, we're ready to help you plan for the next planting season and committed to boosting your yields and increasing your profitability with quality seed genetics customized to your farm ground and your way of farming. Lock in preseason cash discounts, rewards, and competitive pricing by contacting your local Mustang DSM or dealer. Mustang Seeds, plant with pride.
Buying a home is one of the largest investments many people will make in their lifetime. Weber Abstract will make your investment secure. Hi, I'm Kelly with Weber Abstract. For over 70 years, we have helped so many wonderful people build their trust in our services. We strive to continue that tradition for another 70 years. Call 256-4640 to speak with one of our local and knowledgeable staff that serves all of Lake County. You can also visit our website at weberabstract.com. Weber Abstract, why go anywhere else?
When looking for flowers for someone, or maybe it's a gift to yourself for your home or office, stop by the Floral Shop in Madison. They can help you choose the right flower arrangement. Tell someone they're amazing, pick out something sweet and simple, or just show your love to that special someone with fresh, beautiful flowers from the Floral Shop in Madison. Visit the Floral Shop in Madison online at floralshopmadison.com to see their fresh flowers for all occasions and other great gift ideas. In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Someone you can call when bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Visit Cutter Williams Insurance in Madison today.
If you love The Office but you don't want to stare at a screen all day, Bud's Cleanup Service in Madison has a perfect job for you. Join the amazing team at Bud's Cleanup Service. They're looking for applicants to work flexible hours in the office and route work. This position is 40 hours per week with overtime available, plus health, vision, life insurance, and PTO. Feel accomplished and work outside with a great family-oriented business. Apply in person at Bud's Cleanup Service, 114 West Center Street, Madison, or email budscleanup@gmail.com.
There's nothing like watching the sun rise over your fields, the smell of hope in the air. At Mustang Seeds, we're ready to help you plan for the next planting season and committed to boosting your yields and increasing your profitability with quality seed genetics customized to your farm ground and your way of farming. Lock in preseason cash discounts, rewards, and competitive pricing by contacting your local Mustang DSM or dealer. Mustang Seeds. Plant with pride.
Welcome into your Mustang Seeds post-game show, brought to you by Mustang Seeds Excellence. Brought to you by Mustang Seeds, a family-owned company with a reputation of excellent service and proven performance for over 55 years, and the performance from the Trojans today was pretty good for a game that, you know, the weather could have been like, oh, boo-hoo, like, we lost, it was weather. Like, no, they took the weather as, like, it's almost like they took the weather as, you know what, this is our style of game that we can win. And they did. They won 13-0 here in Trojan Field in the last game at Trojan Field to end their season 6-4 with that winning record, going 4-2 in the North Star Conference. And I'm sure Coach Anderson is going to be pretty happy with this victory. It was a really defensive game. And that's kind of these are the type of the games that the Trojans have been able to win throughout the year. It's pretty similar to the game they won 2 weeks ago at Iowa Wesleyan, where they got out to an early lead, and then defense just continued to hold strong. In the second half, they got out to that early lead. In the first half, then the defense held strong throughout the entire game. And the biggest play was really probably that goal line stand at the end of the first half that stopped Dakota, that stopped Waldorf from putting any sort of points on the board. That really could have been a momentum changer. And instead, the defense rose to the occasion and got the defensive stand to end that first half. And we're now joined by what I'm sure is a pretty cold coach, Josh Anderson, here for the Mustang Seeds postgame show. But feels a lot warmer when you win, I'm sure.
Everything's a lot better when you win. So, yeah, no, actually, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Wednesday, a couple days during the week were a lot worse than this. We were out when the wind was going earlier this week. Then it was miserable out there. But we went out and practiced in it to get acclimated to it, so we were ready to go. But, man, I'll tell you what, it feels really warm right now. Thank you.
By the way, congratulations on the win. Finish off here at Trojan Field, 13-0. What's your take on the performance?
Well, you know, I mean, I'll try and keep it clean. As a coach, I was very underwhelmed in the second half. I thought our offense did really good. We just didn't finish, and then we had some mistakes that cost us an opportunity to score, and so we went for field goals, and then all of a sudden those weren't working, and so that last one down there when it was fourth in a while, probably could have kicked it, but I don't know, I just didn't have the faith, so, you know, we decided to just run the ball and burn some time off the clock, and Zach did a really good job of killing 9 seconds there, and mainly it was because, obviously, I really felt good about our defense, so just didn't have to worry about trying to kick the ball, because the last time they almost scored on it, so.
Yeah, do you think was the ball harder to kick, do you think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we talked to Noah about that, and he was well aware of it before the game, and so we were just trying to keep him as warm as possible. We had some sideline heaters. That was courtesy of Paul Schultz and F&M Co-op Oil, so really thankful for them to bring that for our boys today, and watching them load up right now, that was a big deal. That made a big difference, so really thankful for the community giving back to us that way.
And you mentioned the defense. I mean, they were strong throughout. For me, it seemed like up here, a big opportunity that Waldorf nearly had that was squandered by you guys was a goal line stand down here. It seemed like They just picked it off. Your defense was able to get that goal line stand where momentum was kind of going back and forth, and it seemed like because of that, you guys were able to go into halftime with all the momentum.
Yeah, that was unfortunate because that pass play was there. It was wide open, but our receiver slipped, and as soon as he slipped and went down, the ball was already in the air. And, of course, their defensive back was sitting right there and picked it off and made a good play. But then, yeah, our defense came out ready to go. And that's the best part about the way things are going this season. It's a team culture deal where we're winning because of our culture, because our defense isn't like blaming or upset with our offense or vice versa or special teams, and not like we had that in the past anyway. But it's just special how these guys are sticking together from what they were taught and learned from people from the past, and for them to show it in a display like that when they're inside the 10-yard line in 4 plays in a row and we held them. Oh man, that was just big. That was a big momentum swing going into half.
And one thing I'm looking at is the time of possession. You guys really were able to win that time of possession. The scoreboard, it's 13 points, but winning that time of possession that second half really seemed to be big.
Well, when we had that lead, they're struggling with their coach. You have done a fantastic job of fixing the issues that we had to start off the season because we were getting torched through the air. That was the only thing that was working against us. And they fixed that, and they fixed that about halfway through the season. So just outstanding coaching job, outstanding leadership by the athletes, and a great job of just keeping the team culture and chemistry working so that we just pick each other up. It doesn't matter what happens. And like we threw that pick and they went down there and the defense was running out going, we got it, and they did.
And you mentioned the points and the yards that you guys had given up early in the year. It really seemed like the last time you guys played Waldorf, after that game is really when it started to turn around for you guys. Since then, you guys had lost to Waldorf. That was 2 losses for you guys. Since then, only 2 losses since. And you guys, 3-game win streak for you guys to end the year. Big way for you guys to go into this offseason.
Yeah, absolutely. And, obviously we were hoping for that 5-game win, but, we slipped up during PC, and really it was a tough one to even think about just because we kind of kicked them around the field and somehow lost that game, and it was just a bad taste in our mouth there. But yeah, after that Waldorf game, that was the eye-opening thing for me, because coming off of lacrosse and Waldorf, I realized, I got to stop trying to throw the ball and stop trying to make big plays. We've got guys that can do a good enough job. We've got good possession receivers. We've got a smart quarterback. I just need to be smarter with the ball. And once we started doing that, then things were a lot better because we weren't putting our defense in tough situations.
It really seemed like you guys have found your identity, where to rely on the defense, and then like a game like this, that identity seemed to work in your favor, where it's ground and pound, where you guys did pass the ball a little bit, but in these type of situations where the ball gets harder to catch, it seems like that's kind of leans more toward what you guys were identifying as the end of the year, where it just worked in your favor.
Absolutely. And if I'm a betting man, I would have always put a spread of anywhere from 10 to 14 points on us that we're going to win. And just knowing our defense and how good our special teams is, and then what our offense is capable of doing, every game is like, if it's more than that, great, but it's always going to be between 10 and 14 minimum. And, tonight was just no different, the way it all kind of worked out.
So heading into this game, one thing I noticed with you guys is when you guys put up 90 yards or more rushing, you guys don't have a single blemish on your record. You have a quarterback that ran for 91 yards and a running back that ran for 130 yards. That run game proved to be huge.
Yeah, it was. And all week, Coach Randall and myself, my offensive line coach, we on Monday immediately talked about looking at the weather and just kind of seeing the situation and knowing their quarterback situation about how we had to run the clock, and just was like, we're going to have to run the quarterback an awful lot this week, even though Zach got beat up earlier in the season, but he was ready coming off of 3 weeks of some rehab and getting himself back into physical shape. And if you ask him, he could have played that last game too, but it went really well. So it was just nice because we were able to run the quarterback, and then that took a lot of heat off of the running back, so it gave us a lot of misdirection just by faking to the running back. And then, of course, Gavin just had a stellar day anyway, so now they're going to key on him, which opened up a lot of holes for Zach, and then vice versa. Once we felt like they were trying to key on the quarterback, then they were being soft on the edges, so we were trying to dice them up the middle, and everything worked out really well. When you run the ball, things go your way.
And you didn't want to talk about this too much early in the week because you still have the game at play, but game's over.
Yeah.
Final game at Trojan Field. You guys close it out with a victory. How big is that for you, your players, and the alumni here?
Yeah. Just looking at the field and just I see Coach Hodgen down there, Max Hodgen, and I see a lot of the alumni down there. I see our guys hanging around the field. I see them, digging up and taking the grass out down there, and just real thankful we could at least end it with a win for our seniors, for our team going into the off season, and then it's just fun for the fans and it's fun for the alumni to be able to do that. But it is time. I'm very glad we're getting a new facility, but I am sad to see it go. It has to. It's time. I mean, we absolutely need it, but man, there's just been so many remarkable moments out there for Madison High School, for Dakota State University. It's just been so good to us. All the Barker relays that have been out here and how big those have been, and the big conference track championships that Buzz Stevenson and the boys and now Anthony Dreeland have done and really continued to carry the torch there. Like, it's just been so big and important for us. And so, we deserve something bigger, in my opinion. I don't know if that's arrogant or not, but I'll tell you what, we've been on this long enough. We've made the most of it, and I cannot wait to see what we put together.
I'm excited for it. Congratulations on the win. You guys finished 6-4 and 4-2 in the North Star. After a 1-2 start to the year, that's a heck of a way to finish.
We did what? We finished what?
6-4 and 4-2 in the North Star.
6-4, yeah. Yeah, and second. Did you say second?
4-2